Hello everyone and welcome to the 4th week of the Founders Invitational. Today we have our very unique crew battle format with each team having 5 players and they'll work their way through 5 best of 3s. Each individual match victory will earn their team 2 points towards their team score, and each player earns an additional 1 point for each stock they have remaining when they win. At the end of each match, the team with the most points wins. Our games tonight will be Siena College playing against Niagara Esports, and then Marist College playing against Canisius. My name is Kevin Navik-Dignan, and today, for this series even, I am joined by Dor. How are you doing today, Dor?
I'm doing well. I'm ready to cast some Super Smash Brothers. It's getting a little late, but I'm ready to see what these colleges have to offer. Niagara versus Siena should be a pretty good matchup, both kind of sitting around the middle of the standing. So some exciting stuff bringing up there.
Yeah, and coming out into this, if we take a look over the standings right now, ladies and gentlemen, we can see RIT in first, followed by Siena, Canisius, St. Peter's, Marist, and finally, trailing behind is Niagara. So hopefully they manage to take a win here and kind of claw their way back. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into this game right now.
And just waiting to see what comes up, but it's going to be Toon Link versus Mii Sword Fighter. We heard it from Siena that they'd be breaking out the Miis. But if you want to break this one down for us, I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Well, this matchup's interesting, right? Because it also depends on what Sword Fighter has prepared. We're going to see the chat room coming out for it. And it's one of those matchups where, again, if Mii Sword Fighter has the right setup, then they should be able to zone out Link pretty well. But, alright, good poke coming out here from Siena's Aiden playing against Niagara's Flubber.
Yeah, and we saw Aiden starting out trying to zone out this Link, but the Link's zoning game is just too strong here. The projectiles are just better. You see there, the Tornado is just not going to be outranging anything that Toon Link has to offer. Now just struggling to get in. Toon Link starting to engage, but the sword out of the Mii fighter is just going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more strong here. Now we should see the up air coming out, and it's going to be the up B that finishes it off for the Mii sword fighter, taking a stock off NU.
Yeah, and this is looking good already for Siena coming out, managing to get that stock. Only 67%, so not quite in kill range. Getting close to that, though. I'm going to say Toon Link can probably kill Mii Sword Fighter about 80%, or one more hit here, and we're starting to look into stock territory. The bomb's going to come out. Going to be able to bait the jump and the air dodge, right? Looking for that. Good attempt to side smash. A good grab coming out from Niagara.
Yeah, if Niagara wants to finish off the stock, they're going to have to set up some sort of combo to finish off those last little bits of percent. It's going to be hard to land a solid hit here on the Sword Fighter, because if he wants to play in close, he has to get within the range of that sword, and that's just scary for this Link. So finishing off these stocks is going to be a real big question mark.
Yeah, interesting choice not to try and go for it. I guess it's the safer play, but I think the more beneficial play that would have been up being rolls in to the up B coming out from Mii Sword Fighter here, though. Siena, right? Using the platform, gets a good poke. Are we going to see Siena going up another stock? We are.
A whole stock of extra credit there for Siena. Mii Sword Fighter looking really formidable, only taking about 40% there on that stock. Not getting very far, though, for Niagara.
Once again, all right, within the grab. That's unfortunate coming out from Flubber. All right, Chakrams into that. Good hit. Can we see the punish? We are going to see the recovery coming out. NATO's being thrown. Chakram rapidly, all right, rolls into it once again. I mean, this is really good spacing coming out from Aiden.
Yeah, really playing his advantage. He knows that Siena really has to just look for that final hit, and so everything that he's going to be doing is slow. He knows where the combos will come out from for Toon Link, and so he knows when to avoid them, and he's just baiting him in every single time.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, right, is that we're seeing Aiden manage to put himself into the advantage state over and over again, that whenever Flubber tries to get an entry, he's dodging or trying to bait something out, unfortunately whiffing a bit there. I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of textbook. Good back throw there. He's going to find the stock, but at 157, that's never a good feeling.
And at 107 on stock 3, this is not looking good here for Flubber. And he gets lined up, and the up air is going to take it. Siena knocks him out of the first game with 2 stocks remaining.
Yeah, that's 2 points going to go up for Siena. An early, an early start, not an early 3 stock, but of course these are played in best of 3s, ladies and gentlemen. So we could see anything happen. There could be a comeback. We could see a character switch. What do you think we'll see, Dor?
We might see a little bit of a character switch. It seemed like the spacing game was really rough there on the Toon Link, but I'm interested to see what map we actually end up going to here, because I got a gut feeling the Toon Link might be what he's got going into this one. I haven't gotten to see his previous series, but if he doesn't have some sort of character swap to change up that spacing game a little bit, it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, and we are waiting for the picks and bans to come out. Of course, Siena taking the win is going to be able to get the bans. I think I'm trying to think of where Toon Link takes. I think you just go to Kalos.
Yeah, that makes sense. It'd offer him somewhere else to get back off the side of the stage, avoid some of those up B combos that the Sword Fighter has, some of those just finishing blows that were just really heavy that came out from Siena.
Siena banning Smashville and Town at TNC, so I think Kalos is the way to go, but we'll see where Flubber decides to take Aiden coming into game number 2, or round number 2, I should say. There are some other options as well. We could see some janky picks, right? Yoshi's Island Brawl. Niagara's a big fan. Could be seeing that. We're going to run it back to PS2, though. Coming back to Pokemon Stadium.
I'm not sure if this is the right pick unless he's got a different character lined up in his arsenal. Or Siena, we were talking to him before the match. He only stated that he'd be playing me something. So he might actually end up swapping his me pick here. But I think he'll stay with the Sword Fighter. Given it's the exact same matchup, he played it pretty much perfectly the first time around. Might just be trying to go for a 3-stock this time.
We actually see a switch from one link to another. We've gone from Toon to Adult.
I mean, it makes sense. He was getting slightly outranged by the sword of the Sword Fighter. And so just, extending that hitbox a little bit more, he's going to give himself a better advantage state now when they get in the close range.
Yeah, coming out now. We're going to start off game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Siena in the lead by 2 points. They've taken the first win of this first game. So already good damage coming out from Aiden.
Yeah, doing better than last time already. These combos are just good enough. Landing more. We saw the Toon Link was really struggling to get in more than 1, maybe 2 hits at a time, but these hits out of the regular Link are just so much heavier. And we see already Siena at 71%, struggling to do anything. The up smash almost is going to be enough now. Siena goes for the up B. Not there. The side smash to get him up to 97%. Just barely not going to take the stock.
Yeah, looking for those bomb plays, trying to force the decision to come out of Aiden here. Flubber playing a bit better now with some more bomb tech. The tornado comes out, rolls away. No punish is going to come out from Aiden. Once again, looking for that up smash, having that slightly extra range, of course, with now being Adult Link is important. It's handy to have because when you're trying to outpoke a swordie, having a longer sword tends to help.
And every one of these smash stacks is going to be such a threat from this Link. Finishing stocks off is no longer going to be an issue here. As see, just everything has the potential to kill. It's going to be, I believe, the forward tilt taking out the Mii Fighter.
Yeah, there we see a stock being taken off. We saw a stock being lost by Aiden last game, but the difference here is that Flubber was already down onto his last stock when he took one of Aiden's stocks. So, Niagara looking a lot better this time round.
I mean, looking at it from the other side, though, Aiden really needs to think about his game plan right now. The same spacing is just not going to work. Up air goes off. Another one nearly takes Flubber's life. Not going to do it, though.
Yeah, and this is important for Niagara, because if they can run this back, kind of get 2 points and lessen the blow, and maybe even take, like, the first game overall, giving them a point lead. But, alright, good plays coming out from Aiden there. Manages to find his stock. Only 56%, so a couple good combos here. Yeah, that is some good poke coming out for him. 25%. Already catching up on that extra credit.
Yeah, the extra credit, nothing that Siena's going to be complaining about here. But it's getting closer and closer now. It's 33%, about halfway caught up. And this stock is just as close as the first.
Once again with the Nado Chakra into Nado. Good read on the jump. That's the power of the Chakram. You have options. Now.
Yeah, I think Siena's really going to want to play this spacing game a lot heavier now. The Adult Link really, he's got the bomb and he does have the arrow, but the arrow is significantly slower now. So he's really searching for these smash attacks, for these forward air combos to get up the bulk of his damage in.
Yeah, very good fair overall. He's not going to be able to get it, unfortunately. Slightly too low. That is now going to be Siena taking lead once more. All right, goes for the forward smash. Manages to get a good tap. Good grab coming in here. Might be able to find the stock. The bomb's going to come out. Hits him. Can he get the follow-up? Boomerang comes out. Goes for, I think a dash attack will kill at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Flubber was ready for the...
There it is.
For the bomb to knock him in that direction. The DI's going to take him right to the edge of the stage, but it doesn't matter. Losing another stock now, down to the last one. Pretty much even percentage here.
Yeah, I mean, and you say that, but we already see Siena here picking up 50%. And Chakram's coming out. Chakram does 10 damage. That's such a fast projectile. Good down throw. Doesn't find the follow-up.
Yeah, all of a sudden in the lead now. Siena still looks like a threat on this Mii Sword Fighter. It looks like it just takes him a second to figure out these matchups.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you get the reads, sometimes you feel like your opponent. Good punish on the down air.
Oh, he looks for the second up air, but he's not going to find it. It's a threat, though. The up smash lands, doesn't take him out, though. 125, everything kills this adult Link. Finds the bomb, tossing it up. Not going to be doing anything. He's just trying to set up one hit. Might be doing it. The up smash, again, just a little too short.
Yeah, really forcing Niagara here to think about when to explode that bomb, because if he throws it and mistimes it, gonna be some issues. 180% rage is activated. All we would need to be seeing here is Flubber to get some sort of combo, find an opening, but currently forced into the disadvantaged state. It's gonna be difficult, gets hit by the NATO, and that's gonna be it.
And that Mii Sword Fighter up B is always a threat at the ledge. Literally anywhere you go, if you're in the air, you want to be avoiding the up airs because that's what he's been chaining you on this whole time. But there's always just that huge commitment of the up B. But when he's at such low percent, he can afford to do that.
Yeah, and that's already, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to game number 2. Siena up 5 points. That is nowhere near the biggest lead that we've seen coming off of game 1. So a very good chance for Niagara to be able to run it back. Coming into game number 2, our players we're looking at is going to be AMPC from Niagara's side playing against Ben. And I always seem to get this mixed up. I believe AMPC is a Ness player, but he might be a Kirby player. I always get them mixed up because there is also, I believe DLS is also on Niagara. Yes. And those two, I always seem to get confused for some reason. But coming in, we're going to be doing those picks and bans once more. And I'm curious, what do you want to see now that Niagara's down 5 points?
I mean, you mentioned that a week or two ago you got to see Lalat, so I would not be complaining about that, but we won't actually get to see it in the first round, as I don't think it's in the general pool for the first map, is it?
No, it is not. It's a counter pick.
Unlucky, but everything's kind of new to me, so these players, I'm interested to see what they're going to run out with, especially, there's a little bit to be said having seen how players play in previous series, because they are talking to their teammates in the meantime. They are giving them ideas for counter strats and different ways to play against players. So you can kind of get a little look in the mindset of the entire team in between individual maps. So in between the first and the second there, you know that Niagara is talking about how exactly you want to be beating the Mii Sword Fighter, but they just weren't able to figure it out. They got a little bit closer, but weren't able to pull it off.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Every time we see new people play and new matchups, and of course, these teams lock in their rosters, who's going to play in what order, blindly, so they don't know who's going to go up against who. We're going to see the ban coming out. SV gets banned by Niagara, then PS2 and Battlefield get banned by Siena. Now it's Niagara's pick. Where do they take them from game 1? I guess they're trying to figure out their matchup, figure out who they're going to go. PS2, the neutral stage being banned, and Battlefield, do you take them to Town and City?
I think you do. It's really going to be a question of how well do they know the character pool of the opposing player here, because you're kind of going in blind depending on how much of their previous matches you've watched.
Oh, they're going to Final Destination. Okay, just removing all sorts of plats altogether. Not, yeah.
And just straight up smash now. One lane, and it's going to be a brawl now. It's Yoshi against Kirby, and Kirby opting for the green skin, which I think is funny enough in itself. Hopefully can't get confused there.
I told you, I always confuse him. I think AMPC is the next player. He is the Kirby player.
And he's the Kirby. He's a real threat, though. The Kirby can do a lot more than some people might give him credit for. But Siena's going to be doing the best he can to get as many of those Yoshi down airs. But all of a sudden, still, 27% combo coming out here for AMPC already, and landing more, up to 41%.
Yoshi's down now, obviously being fantastic. The rock whiffs, gets punished by it, by the dash attack. Looking to try and find a grab. All right, again, Kirby's down there. Or is that might be Kirby's fair. Or Nair even. That is his down there. Okay, honestly, I don't play that much Kirby. It's been a hot second. Going to just hold that forward smash. Gets punished for it.
The big question mark, though, here still for the Kirby will be finishing off these stocks similar to the Toon Link. He has to land either a special or a smash attack here if he wants to finish it off. And so the Yoshi's going to be pretty decent getting away from that. Fairly fast character.
Yeah, here, good Good fair coming out. Gonna use those eggs to try and poke down, force the play to come out. The hammers comes out. Gonna get whiffed. Doesn't get punished, though. Looks to go... Oh, my God. Hits with the transformation.
Yeah, that down B is a huge threat if you don't respect it. That's the thing. If you see it coming, if you know it's coming, there's not a chance to hit you. But the down air from Siena will land and take the stock away from Niagara.
Yeah, Niagara here taking a second just to kind of recompose themselves. Hey, great, gets hit by the grab into the down throw. Punished by the rock. 2-2 stocks. Only 5% extra credit we're going to see coming out from Siena.
It's impressive for such a slow move. That Kirby down B is hitting really often here for AMPC. You can tell he's got an idea of when Siena's going to be looking for it and not looking for it, and he's constantly catching him off guard with it.
Yeah, that dash attack also kind of throwing it out randomly there. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Goes into the down throw again, gets the up air. Not going to see the transformation this time. Siena learning from their past mistakes. Up tilt, right? Plays it slowly. Just goes for the forward smash. Is going to find the stock.
And that's what goes wrong when you use the down B at that wrong time. The time out of the animation is just so long. Both players not opting to stand there, but Siena will go in for the grab, getting a little bit of percentage down. But a stock ahead right now for Ben. He's looking hot.
Yeah, that once again. Gonna go, again, both these players opting for dash attacks, kind of whiffing on them, getting punished. Now the down B is not looking as safe as it was. Opting to option selecting that, just go for the up B, try and change it about a little bit, throw in a projectile, and it seems to be benefiting Niagara right now.
They're at a massive disadvantage now, 114% of extra credit here for Ben. It's going to be a hard way back into this game right now. He almost gets knocked out, tries for the hammer, but Siena lying on the ground. He's just waiting for his opportunity. It's only going to take one more hit here from this Yoshi to end the stock.
Yep, once again the dash attack throwing it out. Oh my god. Well, that's going to be it. That is going to be 2 more points going towards Siena.
Yeah, and that Yoshi down air taking 2 stocks away from the Kirby. It's real quick, and especially when the Kirby's playing in the air and floating around, it's really tough to avoid. Like we saw just there, the top of that animation flips around so quickly, he just wasn't able to avoid it.
Yeah. Going back into that pick ban stage, ladies and gentlemen, Siena's going to ban 2, and then we'll see what Niagara picks.
Now, where do you see this going, Kevin?
I'm intrigued because I think both of I think from like a purely objective moveset, Kirby and Yoshi have some very similar things. Obviously, they function very differently, but the general concept. I would say a lot of the cases though, Yoshi has some disjointed hitboxes with the tails, and we actually saw that benefiting Siena into there, where just managing with those disjointed hitboxes to find some hits and get that extra pressure, whilst also being mostly safe. I'm going to bet that I don't think we're going to see a character switch coming out. I think they're both going to keep playing on Yoshi and Kirby, and I think it's probably going to go down to a 2 stock again for Siena.
I could say doing the exact same thing, especially since you mentioned AMPC is pretty distinctly a Kirby player, and so running into the Yoshi is a tough matchup here because we saw the down airs coming out from the Yoshi were just more effective. It's a similar moveset, but the Yoshi's range is just so extended. Those disjointed hitboxes are a real threat against Kirby, who has to really get in to deal damage.
Yeah, and the other big thing about it as well is that Kirby getting off stage, Yoshi could just poke with eggs and kind of play that zoning game, build up percent. So it's I think it's pretty much a dead even matchup.
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage that the Yoshi has is going to be that down air, that ability to finish at a relatively quick rate. The Kirby, like I mentioned, the slow animations really just struggle to get anything out quickly. Meanwhile, the Yoshi is able to finish off the stocks, and because the Kirby's so floaty, so slow, it's really a pretty big target for the down air specifically.
Yeah, and wait to see it. It looks like we're going to go town and city coming into game number 2, door, which I think probably benefits Yoshi a lot more than it benefits Kirby.
That's the thing, with such a floaty character, it's hard to figure out whether or not these platforms are going to play to his advantage. Of course, both characters have very strong downers, so a little bit of area to try and recover from those to get away. But yeah, I still have to hand the matchup over to the Yoshi. Ben looked extremely hot, and the longer the matchup went on, the more he seemed to have figured out AMPC's game plan.
Yep, and the players are joining into the arena now, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to be into the action. We see the color swap coming out from AMPC. Ben sticking to that green Yoshi.
Oh, that's why he lost. You just had the wrong skin on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It happens
That's
sometimes.
the only reason. Yeah, now back on. Okay, onto a darker skin, not matching the Yoshi. Not just trying to play the same game, not trying to throw the casters off. And it's so now he has a better chance at winning this one, clearly.
Yeah, no, all right. Already the first hit is going to go to AMPC. All right, good. Again, the combos that Yoshi can do, especially with ladders, are quite handy. That's why I'm surprised we ended up in Town and City. But, I mean, Yoshi just proving there, though, doesn't even need ladders to be able to set themselves up. Already taking a substantial lead there. 70%.
And at 109's already threatened. The forward air is going to take a stock off this Kirby already. It's going to be quicker than even the last match.
Yeah, I mean, I might even, you know, we may see a 3-0. I am expecting CMPC take a stock, but Town and City changes some things. Of course, Town and City, one of the very few maps where with even stage hazards being off, we are going to see those platforms changing, the arena adapting. And that does cause, you know, you can make adjustments. Sometimes you're slightly better on other stages. A very neutral stage overall. Quite a big stage as well.
Yeah, but even so in this matchup, NPC looks super lost. He's throwing out smash attacks. He's constantly at a disadvantaged state, running away from the Yoshi. Just throwing out smash attacks in the down B, hoping that something hits, and he's just not getting much percentage for it. And upwards almost gets him in the up there. Will finish off the Kirby at 3 stock, seeming less and less impossible by the second. And I'll caster curse it. Stock immediately given away to the Yoshi, but still at a very bad position. AMPC just trying to get some extra points on the board for his team.
Yeah, now being able to put some decent damage in, 33%. We're going to see NPC try to retort there, but immediately punished by the Yoshi down air.
Yeah, and now comes the question, how does this Kirby get down onto the Yoshi? That up air coming out from Ben has been such a threat this entire time. Getting him off of him with the dash attack will buy him a little bit of time. But AMPC needs to find his way out of the game, and it's going to be the up smash from Siena that ends it all. 2 stocks to 0.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring Siena College up to 11 points. Going into match number 3. Wow, we've already gotten through 2 best-of-3 sets.
It's been pretty quick, but 3 more on the way. Niagara might just be holding on to something in their back pocket. Their anchor player, their guy who's going to bring it home. They've got 3 more players to do it, and it's still feasible for them.
Yeah, and I'm curious. Coming up next, right? Let's take a look at what we have. We have Mr. Paytonator playing against Mike. Looking at their history, I don't think these 2 players have ever played against each other.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of this tournament format, you know?
Yeah, Mike has not. Mike has won. Mike won their set against Show, the team captain for St. Peter's, way back in week number 2. And Mike did not play. Oh, wait, no. Mike did not. Oh, no, Mike did. Mike played week 1 and won their set. Mike also being the team captain for Siena College. So, again, I seem to say this every week, but your captain always seems to be your strongest player. And Mike going against Paytonator here, maybe an interesting matchup.
I think it's smart, though, from Siena. Put their captain right there in the middle, have 2 strong matches, and just look for Mike to take it home. I think they were confident in their ability to close out the first 2 rounds, especially given their standings in the board right now. Siena sitting at 2nd place, and maybe even first now after this match, after RAT ended up having to forfeit their match earlier today.
Yeah. If any RAT viewers here, I don't actually know if we touched up on that. RAT unfortunately could not make the game, so that is what happened with the RAT playing against St. Peter's game. It was a default win over to St. Peter's.
And it's actually pretty big for St. Peter's.
Yes, that is going to bump them up a little bit. And then coming in, of course, after this game, we do have Marist College playing against Canisius.
I think that's going to be our match of the night, if I'm being completely honest. Looking at the standings, Canisius in 3rd and Marist sitting at 5th. It's bound to be a close one, and also Marist looking to get their first series win on the board.
Yeah, I'm sure Marist will be quite happy with themselves if they manage to do that. Put it on, get on the scoreboard. We see SV being banned by Niagara. Siena College now kind of discussing. They're banning Battlefield and Town. That does leave Smashville up, which is always a fun title to see, and also PS2.
Yeah, I think odds are we go to PS2 here. I think the players are going to look to play just a pretty standard neutral game, at least for the first match. Are you thinking anything based on these players' particular character pools, though?
I'm unsure. I'm trying to remember what Mike played because we didn't see Mike play last week. And I stand corrected. I don't know why I said Smashville's open because Niagara literally banned Smashville. It's PS2 and Final Destination, and we are going to Final Destination.
Another Final Destination pick, and I think it was actually, yeah, it was Siena that, Siena that chose, no, Niagara chose FD last time. So choosing it again, I'm not sure why exactly they're so fond of this particular map, but going through it regardless, we should be getting into this battle in just a second.
And we, of course, have Mike on King K. Rool. Always a fun character to see with Mr. Paytonator on that, Rob. I mean, I love seeing Mr. Paytonator play because it is a fun matchup whenever you put Rob in.
And already at 41%, he reflects the cannonball and hits with the up B. That is, or side B. That is a painful one to watch now. As Siena already at 63%. The battle of heavies, the battle of thick boys coming out, but the Rob is just such a threat.
Yeah. Alright, the crown's being thrown. Good shields coming out. Throw in the laser. I mean, it does damage. There comes the Beyblade.
And it's hard to ignore Rob, a very strong character at the moment in Smash Bros. The K. Rool. Not particularly so, but he's faring pretty well here at 73%. Niagara is looking to make their way back into this one.
Yeah, I think K. Rool definitely has his advantages, especially on online. Like, the armor's super duper good, but the way that we are seeing Mr. Paytonator play right now, taking the first stock against Mike, this is looking good for the Rob.
The Rob has so many options to finish off these stocks. He's not going to have too hard of a problem ending this K. Rool regardless of how heavy he is. But Siena has to get in, and the Rob spacing is so strong right now. He finally does it, though. The up air taking out Paytonator, evening up the stocks 2-2.
Yeah, now once again, I mean, 2-2, but 41% extra credit is a decent chunk. Gets the parry onto the cannonball, throws the Beyblade. Again, good neutral coming in, gets the right cannonball, dodges it, good hit. This could be disastrous. Mashes out so quickly.
And evening up the percentages immediately with 65-0, not but 2 seconds ago, but now in the lead. Mike made his way back into the stock, and he just has to get in. Finishing off this stock first would be a huge boost to Mike's position in this game.
Oh, bit of a... Right, I think... Was that Paytonator trying to bait Mike to go off stage and then commit? An interesting choice, but coming out now, it's still in disadvantage state. As soon as I say that, what an absolutely massive hit coming out for Paytonator.
And Paytonator, the side Bs have been such a threat. He's just throwing him into the cannonball as he knows he has the option for the reflector. And that's going to be his biggest advantage here in the neutral.
Yeah, and now staying onto the edge. The up B comes out, of course. K. Rool's up B. Hitting if you're just tapping on the edge. The beam coming out once again. Looking for the smash attack. Good shield read by Mike.
And Siena's spacing this so well right now, but he's caught by the side B. It's not going to kill, though. Launching him to the left doesn't quite take him far enough. Waiting for their opportunity, though. Paytonator drives to the edge, not going to finding it. Instead, it's going to be the K. Rool rolling through and finding the side smash.
Coming in, good clap coming out from Mike here. Edge guard potential, gets the grab. Is he going to be able to commit to this? And he is going to get the spike.
The
Game
spike
one.
Just at the edge. Takes a whole stock of extra credit, though.
Game one going to Mike's King K. Rool, taking Siena College up to 13 points.
And point-wise, that's a pretty big impact. You were at 150%, and so taking a stock, kind of cheesing it away with that spike is really huge for them as far as points go.
Yeah, I mean, every point matters, right? Because then it all comes down to point for differential as well, if we see any series tied. So, interestingly enough, that one stock later on down the line, especially when we come into the tournament this weekend, could be very beneficial in seeding.
Yeah, it's getting your team advantages like that's going to matter here. But as we move on into the map pick ban, which way do you see this one going? Because Final Destination is clearly not Niagara's stage.
We are seeing Yoshi's Brawl being banned and Lilat.
Lightly got banned out. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Yoshi's and Lilat. Yoshi's Island specifically. Or Yoshi's Island Brawl even. My brain just completely stopped working there.
All right, so Niagara, they're taking it to town, it seems. Which another pretty neutral map, I think, just kind of plays exactly how they want it to. There's nothing too special going to be coming out here. I feel like the Rob's only going to gain a little bit more of an advantage here, though. Those aerial attacks are fairly strong in the King K rule, forward and back air. Kind of struggle to get in on Rob's projectiles and on his neutral game in general. And so they're going to look to continue to play that game.
Yeah, well, you say that, but we see a double character swap. We have, I believe, was that Crom and Wolf? Crom on the side of Niagara Esports and Wolf for Siena.
So completely big change up here. And so Niagara had to pick first, and so you have to feel like Mike had this Wolf in his back pocket. The question is, how much of a threat is it, though, as we go into town and city? Completely new matchup, though. Who do you give the advantage to?
I mean, I think Wolf is an absolutely phenomenal character, and if Wolf spaces it out properly, pokes him out with that neutral game, which is exactly what we're seeing right now, reading the counter, really good play from Mike.
And Mike so far has been impressing. You can see exactly how he took down the captain last week, but not out of it yet, though, is Paytonator finding some bonus damage now at 50%. It's a pretty close stock, but the Wolf looking to finish off, searching for that up air, and it's going to be the up smash that finishes it off. No, not the side smash instead takes a stock.
Yeah, that's going to be stock 1. Going to Mike here, which is exactly what Siena want, right? They just want to be able to win a third game and kind of keep their point lead. Keep Niagara off of the board completely.
It's weird. This is almost exactly what we were seeing in the last matchup with two completely different characters. This neutral game being played very passively by both members.
They're both trying to get a read on each other's play style, kind of figure out where they want to go in. Of course, Crom's... every time Crom recovers, it looks so janky.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's a tough one to recover here against the Wolf. He's got a lot of options playing right up next to the ledge. Roll back. He has a side match, and it's going to be a side B. Oh my god, nearly taking Paytonator out of existence. In fact, it will, as he's too far off the stage to be able to recover.
Yeah, I mean, now going into the grab, managed to go on currently, we see Mike 2 stocks up. Good hit. If he can keep this up, he's going to rack up some serious points for his school.
If he manages to pull off the 3 stock, it would be the first we would get to see of the night, I believe. Against the Crom, it looks pretty possible. This matchup has been dominant and is almost getting it off. Instead, he's going to be taking himself off the stage, throwing away that stock, giving away any chance of the 3 stock that we thought we might see.
Went up, right? Good recovery, getting the touch. Good damage. Really good read from Mike. They're not afraid to go for it. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Siena College taking game number 3.
And now up 3. I'm pretty sure it's all but hopeless for Niagara to make it back into the series. But of course, every point, every stock matters in this tournament format. And so going into it, DLS and Crust are still there to try and bring it home for their teams.
Siena College has 18 points. And you can only win 8 points maximum. So you are correct. They could get up to 16 points. But currently, Siena College have taken the overall series.
And now Niagara coming into it. On to the next player. It's going to be Rory versus DLS. Not sure too much about these players. So you want to break down what we're going to be seeing in the next match?
Well, DLS is the NES player. We've had this conversation already.
Process of elimination. It's,
yeah, well, you know, it was one of the two. I took a 50-50. Again, I seem to consistently get the two mixed up. For Siena, I don't actually... I think we saw Rory play against St. Peter's in week 2. I believe that was against Ricardo, Fire God Duelist, but I cannot for the life of me remember. This was before Christmas. This was the 3rd of December. When we last saw Rory play. So, off the top of my head, I could not tell you who he plays.
I mean, that's also another thing to mention, though. A lot of these players taking a little bit of a break towards Christmas. They've only been back for a little bit to get more practice. And I'm sure they've been playing, but practicing with your team and in these team formats is really different than just playing any old online match.
Yeah, I think that is another thing, right? Because the format is so interesting and it is different. It's a very, very bit of an oddball format. But I think overall, it's grown on everybody. And it's one of those weird things where the stocks are so important. Of course, series loss and wins determine it overall. But if you tie with your opponents, which over 4 weeks, you're likely to have a few ties. Like, even if you lost a series, you could come in because you got massive stocks in another one.
Yeah, and I think outside of that, even for the players, it's a lot of fun to play coming from the same university. It's usually some sort of an esports club doing this, and it gives them a real opportunity to not just play as individuals and compete individually, which most of Smash is. It allows them to work together, kind of problem solve in between the games as well, and really adds another layer to the game.
Yeah, I mean, when you start throwing in teamwork, communication, coordination, it's definitely one of those things where it does come out. And another thing is your team captain's deciding what order you guys go in. That's a really strategic choice.
Yeah, and you have to know the team captains are looking at the VODs. They're trying to check out who's playing what. But now getting into the picks and bans, we're going to see a Battlefield ban come out of Siena.
Yep, and now we're going to see Niagara ban 2 more, and finally Siena pick. So Siena not even wanting Battlefield to be an idea, a possibility.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Niagara go back to the FD. They seem like it's the map they prefer here, but matchup wise, I don't think it's been great to them.
No, and I think coming in here with the characters, I think who do you? There's a few characters you play into, I guess the mother characters anyway, right? You need to pick. So I think we're probably going to see a Sortie coming out and kind of pressuring Ness or Lucas, but it's interesting because I'm trying, well, like my hardest to remember who we saw Rory play back in week 2, and it'd be handy to know because I think we could give a bit more insight to the match. But once we see these bans, we'll definitely get that answer coming out soon.
I wouldn't be surprised to see another Link if I'm being completely honest. All right, couple of audio issues coming out, but going into it, it will be the Final Destination ban coming out from Siena. So seemingly they don't want to be playing that one yet again. Oh no, I apologize. Is that the pick? I'm forgetting the format. We just get these issues solved up. We're waiting for the players. It seems like they have picked their characters though. Now, just waiting for the end of the pick bans. It's gonna be Ness against Bowser, not the sortie we were looking for coming out from Rory, but a heavy nonetheless. Looking like he wants to apply a lot of pressure, but he's gonna struggle to get in on this Ness. And Ness has a lot of those big hitboxes that can be a huge threat to the Bowser, and just moving in on this child is gonna be damn near impossible. Siena, though, going up 34%, just showing how hard it is to play these large heavies into a projectile like Ness. And moving forward, searching for the back air, Siena trying to make their way in, but at 69%, it's so tough. The PK fire is just constantly keeping him rattled. He can't land a hit.
Good pressure coming out.
Rory immediately. Only gets taken out. The PK rocket out of Niagara takes him out early, only at 42% on the Ness.
Some good damage coming out. The PK fire is good. Looking for that. Managed to roll away from the grab as well, which is going to allow him to put a lot more pressure in, going for that forward air, getting in good pokes. We saw the PK Thunder coming out earlier, getting that first stock, and we're going to be able to see these combos. Here's the PK Thunder once again, getting back onto the ledge. Good pressure coming out, right? We're seeing the Fire Breath coming out from Siena, baiting that out. Okay, I thought we were going to see that straight off, but that's going to come out once more. Find that stock.
That Bowser side smash hits like a truck, and only 64% of extra credit is not that much considering how early this Bowser went down. Now both on the second stock. Bowser looking to even it up. Rory already getting the Nest up to 40%.
40%. He's starting to build it up, right? Not letting that extra credit get to his head a bit too much. Good PK fire into the down throw. Isn't going to get the follow up there. The shell smash coming in there, doing some good damage. Forward airs are going to be connecting for Siena. 30% difference overall. Here's going to be the grab. This is going to hurt.
Takes the Nest to 96%, but now stuck on the ledge. This Nest is going to struggle again. Is another grab. This one's going to do it. No, sends him straight up into the corner of the blast zone, but not taking him out. Roy waiting for his opportunity now, just trying to get all the abilities out of this Nest, but his recovery is just not enough to bring him back to the stage. At 105%, the Bowser takes a second. Now, Ness pushing forward. He needs to be able to finish off this stock. Chasing around the PK Thunder. Eats the down B, taking 25% while he's at it. He just needs to be able to finish off the stock if he wants his way back in. It could be a PK Fire into a bat.
The
His
PK
way
Thunder
back on the ledge
coming
is
out.
a huge disadvantage of the Bowser with the trap, and he's not able to recover correctly. Ness sending him off the ledge, and with a 2-stock advantage, Rory gains his team some more points.
Oof, and that, once again, is going to be 2 more points going towards Siena College. I do apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're having some audio issues coming out as well, so we're trying to get those resolved for myself. So hopefully that should be back on track very, very soon.
But now the picks and bans coming out. It's going to be immediately.
I'm also being told nobody got to see that game due to the audio issues there. Bit of miscommunication. I do greatly apologize. Siena College did take that 2 stocks up. Coming into game number 2, we will get all of that resolved.
Yeah, it was Rory taking out the Bowser and beating the Ness, which is surprising. A serious disadvantage character-wise there. But Rory able to pull it out nonetheless. It looked really, really shaky there in the beginning for him. He's able to pull it back, able to get in on the Ness, and a lot of it was the ledge trapping. The Ness was really struggling to get back on stage, regain that priority they had earlier on in the matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to very quickly hop to a quick break as we get these audios resolved, and then we will very quickly come back to you. We'll be back momentarily. I greatly apologize about that last game, ladies and gentlemen, but we are going to be getting into game number 2 right now. Technical issues have been resolved. So coming into that, I'm excited once again. Let's see how this goes. First of all, we saw Siena's Bowser here taking game 1. I believe this is Rory playing against Niagara's DLS. And DLS had some good moves there. The bits that were able to catch was trying to resolve some issues. Was looking good.
Yeah, from what I got to see, and not too many others did, DLS did really well in this, especially on the first stock. He took him out, only taking 30% on his own side, but now it feels like Rory's just got him ready. He's got the download right now. This Bowser is just so terrifying to this child.
Yeah, coming out. Again, already putting in some big damage. And again, if we see Siena take this win, this is going to take us on straight to game 5.
my question here for DLS is like, what do you even do at this point? You have the huge character advantage right now, and that's able to zone the Bowser so well, but it feels like he's just not able to pick up even with that advantage.
Yeah, I think it's the pokes, right? Bowser's such a heavy character that you've got to think Bowser effectively against Ness starts in -%, right? Because Ness has got to get Bowser so much higher in percentage to find a stock. Well, Bowser can find it quite early. That we're going to see. We are going to see Rory taking the first stock this set. Trying to play the ledge there. Gets hit with the Nair into the up tilt.
And this is where we saw the Ness get stuck last time. It's getting back from the ledge. That's been the really, really hard part here for Paytonator. Manages to make his way back on, though. He's still not in advantage state at 80% already. A little bit of extra credit for Rory. Looking to finish it off. The up air comes out. Searching for more, though. He lines up the forward air. Swing and a miss, though. Should be sending him in the ground. Not quite out yet, though. The forward air connects, and that's going to take out the second stock here from Paytonator.
Yeah, 2 stocks up. Rory's in a good position here. He's going to be able to get the grab into the up throw. Looking to punish. Finds the jab. Going to hit the fire breath there. Not let PK Thunder come out into the grab.
Rory's searching for the 3 stock, and he finds it with a side B, or side smash, pardon me, sending that Ness off the opposite end of the stage.
That's going to be 5 more points coming out for Siena there, putting them at 25 points. I mean, that's a phenomenal lead coming out. And now we will be going, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 5, the final game of the evening, which will be Niagara University's captain, Crust, playing against Siena College's Nick.
There's a lot of weight on Crust here to pick up some degree of points for his team, whether it's a single game or the whole match. But playing into Nick is going to be a tough one here. It's a tall order. Crust, the captain, I believe, of Niagara University, though. Like you mentioned, the captain, usually one of the strongest players on the team, if not the strongest. So it's kind of a question of whether or not Crust is able to kind of show up and represent here for Niagara University. Put a statement on the board saying, you know, we may have lost the match, but we are definitely a school not to be messed around with.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it. And of course, after this, we do have Canisius playing against Marist College. So another game, another set, best of 5. Or 3 best of 3s crew battle. No, 5 best of 3s. There's too many numbers.
5 best of 3s for 2 points apiece, but either way, this match isn't over yet. It's going to be Nick versus Crust, and the map bans are coming out here in a second, as I think we're just waiting for the last player to connect.
Yes, so I do believe that Crust is actually not with the rest of their team currently, so they're going to be switching over the switches that are playing. And giving that little bit of downtime coming in, if I remember correctly, Crust is a Robin player, so we're going to be seeing a Robin player playing against Nick. Now, looking back, Nick played against Jazzy G back in round 2, and Nick lost that round, and Nick did not play for Siena in week 1. So, going back, I want to say that he was playing a Swordy character.
And that's Nick you're talking about?
Yes, but it's been a little while. I know for a fact that Crust plays Robin.
That's something you don't see every day. Robin players are not a dime a dozen here. And I gotta say, it's going to be up to Crust here, whether or not he can keep his advantage, keep that range between him and whatever Swordy you're proposing that Nick's going to come out with. So a lot of the weight's on Crust really to not mess up in this matchup because Nick's going to be punishing every mistake he makes.
Yeah. I mean, and that's going to be interesting, right? Because we've seen some absolutely phenomenal stuff coming out of Crust on the Robin. We've seen some good tech. We've seen good option select. We've seen really good pressure. And when they get into that advantage state, they have managed to do a lot of work. So I'm curious to see how we see this being answered to by Nick.
And Crust already losing the coin flip, which means that Siena will have the first ban here, kind of decide where this one goes in the end. It's not looking well for him already.
Yeah. Battlefield being banned by Siena. In retort, we're going to see Niagara deciding to get rid of... Here we go, moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. They are Town City and Smashville. No Animal Crossing love here coming out from Niagara.
So my guess here is it's probably gonna go to FD or PS2.
It's
Uh,
FD.
Another FD pick out of Niagara. What is
No,
that?
no, this was Siena's FD pick.
Oh,
Keeping to tradition at this point.
now I'm looking back. Yeah, no, it's been a mix of teams picking the FD, seeing it a bit more than usual though tonight. Just opting to go for the flat stage, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting choice. We've seen a serious lack of platforms
Yeah, who needs
in
them, right?
in every first match. But coming in now, the teams are getting into the arena, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be getting underway very, very soon. I am excited to see who we see out of Nick into this Robin matchup.
And I think that might be a big question for Crush though. If he isn't able to take the first match off and it is rough, wait.
We are not seeing a Robin page. We are seeing a Mii fighter.
Mii brawler.
Mii brawler against Shulk. I knew he was playing a Swordy. Power of the Monado is with us today. Final destination. This is an interesting matchup. I don't think we've seen a Mii fighter this entire season.
No, but lucky enough, we actually aren't even getting to see much of the moveset. We see the up air coming out from the Mii fighter and trying to up tilt chain him. Not gonna be catching the Monado artist out for too long now. Looking to even up the percent though. Siena making their way back into this one.
See, I don't even, I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so it's got the ball. We've got to figure out what Mii fighter has, or Mii brawler has here specifically, to know what we can expect. It's very interesting. I'd argue that Mii brawler's probably the worst of the three Miis, with Gunner probably being the best and Sword being second.
Yeah, and already a stock taken off of the brawler. Maybe proving you right there, but he is getting a little bit of percentage back at 84%. Looking to make his way back into it though, getting some damage down on the Shulk. But I think one of the biggest moves here for the brawler is going to obviously be the cannonball. It's such a good ledge trapping ability, and looking to use it there. Not going to be keeping him off for much longer though. Make his way into the center of the stage, into a more of a neutral point. The Shulk getting a lot of damage down onto this brawler.
Yeah, good short hops coming out from Nick here. The up special kick into the cannonball. Plays it patiently. Is going to see the punish. Good parry coming on. The online parries. You love to see him.
And this up B seems to be a favorite right now of Crust, this Mii brawler. We've only seen a few of his moves. I feel like we haven't even seen his full moveset yet.
I think we're one move short. Oh, a bit of lag coming in. Let's see if the players respect each other. Yeah.
They back off and they take the stock off of Nick, bringing this game a little bit closer now. The Shulk back down to 0%, but at 70% of extra credit, that's worth it if you ask me.
Okay, coming in now. Oof. All right, bit of lag once again. Hopefully they'll kind of settle out.
Yeah, I'm hoping it might be on Crust end. He's kind of been the only one. It's been all right so far, but hopefully it speeds up a bit here. We're playing in slow-mo.
Yes, slow-mo coming out. A slight bit issue, of course. Like I said, Crust not in their usual place for the rest of the team, so maybe having some spotty net.
Maybe so, but either way, that's not really an excuse for being at 118%. No, almost getting at the Shulk. Trying for the edge guard will nearly take this brawler out.
There we go. We're going to see Shulk finding that second stock.
That back air hitbox is absolutely massive. It's fairly slow, but when you land it, we saw the damage come out. I believe he was in Smash as well. Just gonna dish out so much percentage here.
110%. Shulk definitely in kill percentage. Looking for the raw charge there. That was a risky decision coming out from Crust.
Yeah, the Mii brawler has a few kill options here. The up B certainly not looking like one of them, but the forward smash is fairly good here. Lands the grapple. Knocks him up, but not able to combo anything out of it. The lag might have had something to do with that one, though, for Crust. Able to finish that one off. Now, searching for his next hit. Lands up B. Not finishing him off, but does put the Shulk in a disadvantaged state. Runs for the dash attack. Knocks him far. Getting closer and closer to death. The Shulk is living by the skin of his teeth. Searching lands the jab. What will he do out of this one, though? He's just struggling to finish off the stock.
Yeah, it's looking difficult. I mean, there we go. We're going to finally see... was that a counter?
I think
or was
it was
that just a up tilt? Was it the up smash? I'm so unfamiliar with Mii brawler.
Who is it?
That's
right
very
now.
true.
He's looking all right, though. He could bring this one back only at 84%. He's definitely not out of the stock.
Again. I mean, okay. Good. Oh, no, the parry's coming out again. I mean, online parries, especially on laggy environments, are always impressive. 100% though, coming out. It's looking good. The cannonball, good throw. Just trying to bait things out now, not take too much damage. Cross is looking for an opening.
And this up B yet again, I feel like it's every other move. We're seeing loads of the smash attack. Not quite gonna get that read. Not in the lag, certainly. But now playing very aggressive, looking to end this one. Crust lands another up B, forced off stage. The Shulk is in a bad position, but he lands back onto the stage, taking the Mii Brawler out with 1 stock remaining.
Oh, yeah, that was very close, cutting it down to the wire a little bit. But we are going to see Siena College going up to 26 points.
And now kind of a game point here for Crust. His team's already out of this match, but like I mentioned, getting even just one game off of the Siena College, it's going to be a huge boost to their morale.
Yeah. This could be the last round that we see, or we could see Crust bringing it back. I 100% expect to see a character switch.
Yeah, I expect to see just the same. I don't think he's going to be playing another Mii. I think he spoke to us before the game about playing a Mii. Both of the captains did, but probably not going to be seeing it come out in the second match. I think it was, who was it, Flubber? Or no, Aiden that was playing the Sword Fighter, correct?
The first player we saw, I believe, was Aiden, yeah. Yes, it was Aiden.
I think it may have been a little in between them wanting to play these Mii fighters, but the Brawler not going to be doing it, like you mentioned, kind of the weakest of the 3 Miis. But getting into the pick ban, I think it'll kind of tell us which direction that Crust wants to take this one.
Yeah. We're going to see Battlefield and Yoshi's Story getting banned from Siena. So Crust now with the stage pick. If we see a Robin switch, I feel like you want to kind of take Shulk to an open stage, right? And you're just trying to kite him out with projectiles. We're going to go to Yoshi's Melee.
Finally, something we haven't seen today, making it a little bit interesting now, is it should get into character picks. Both the players now locked in, making their way into it. This match should be starting up pretty soon.
Yeah, I definitely expect us to be seeing a Robin switch by Crust, but maybe they're just kind of having fun at this point.
What else do you think there are that Nick swaps here is to kind of mess with Crust a little bit?
I think Nick just stays on Shulk. I think it's a good pick. I do remember that was exactly what we saw him playing against Jazzy G way back in week 2. So definitely probably carrying that pattern. Definitely seeming like a Shulk man.
We might not be going to Yoshi's. It seems like Siena are saying they've banned that one, but they kind of just... No, they said they banned Yoshi's Story, so...
Oh, wait, no, Yoshi's Story is Melee. That is correct.
Yeah.
They can't go to Yoshi's Story. They'd have to go to Yoshi's Island.
So now we go to Final Destination again? No, I'm kidding. We might. It's still open, I believe.
Yeah, bit of a miscommunication as they were using... I don't blame anybody. I think everybody just calls it Yoshi's Melee, Yoshi's Brawl instead of Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Island.
It's a lot easier to remember that.
We're gonna go to Lilat. I told you, Niagara likes this stage.
Hey, you wanted to see it. You asked for it. You're going to get your wish now heading into Lilat, but I'm not sure that plays to the Robin's advantage.
Well, we might not even see Robin. We might just see more Mii Brawler. Maybe a Mii Gunner.
Maybe just, yeah, maybe it puts out the Mii Gunner, finish off the trifecta. Nope, it's the Robin swap.
See the Robin. On Lilat. Okay, this is interesting. Not a typical stage. Gonna be honest, don't have much matchup like history of Lilat with Robin and Shulk. I'm trying to think of if the ledges have any effect other than on recovery. I think it affects Shulk's side smash quite significantly, or side special quite significantly.
And some more, still kind of laggy here for Crust, so might give him a bit of an advantage though with the projectiles.
Yeah, no, we've had pretty much what looked like perfect games for all of the players until coming up into this final match for this set.
Smoothing out a bit though as Nick makes his way in, taking Crust up to 71%, telling him it doesn't matter if you pick Lilat, I'm going to be all over you right now with this sword, and it's so difficult for Crust to get anything in on him. And just as I say that, taking him up to 56%, landing even more, evening up the stock.
Yeah, good hits coming out here. We're once again seeing Nick starting to take a lead. The Arcfire coming out doesn't connect. Good back air though. Throwing the sword.
Nick into a disadvantaged state is so important here for the Robin. Being able to charge things up, being able to space properly is super key for this character. Now stuck on the ledge here against. He's gonna have trouble getting back and getting down off these platforms. Taking him out. The fire is not gonna be enough farm space.
Yeah, we're going to see the smash coming out here. Oh, no, immediately cancelling. Goes straight to speed. Trying to stay on top of Crust here is Nick's whole game plan, which makes sense, right? Don't give Robin space. Don't let Robin play Robin's game. Over to Buster. Going to be putting in some massive damage.
And at 50% of extra credit already, looking to make his way back on the stage, but it's so hard for Crust to buy himself any space. And just as I say that, he takes a stock right off of Nick. Only at 33% now. It's not an impossible one. Crust has been the closest that we've seen Niagara play Siena so far, but he does have to close these games out.
Yeah, Nosferatu being a move that a lot of people seem to forget that Robin even has. Elwyn coming out, going to be able to get a good recovery all the way across that stage. I guess Elwyn kind of has some benefits from the slanted platforms, because you gotta try and dodge the ledge, get a bit further. But Arcfire, again, good. We're seeing Crust trying to zone out Nick. But it's difficult. Shulk's got such disjointed hitboxes, and that, along with speed and things, it's difficult to keep Shulk out.
And Nick's playing these platforms very well, using them to his advantage, and just avoiding every move that Crust has to throw out. And the second that he sees an opening, he's dropping beneath them, getting that neutral layer in, and completely opening up the game.
Yeah, no, once again, Arcfire, good shield pressure, looking for the up smash, bit too slow. We're going to see Nick be able to get out. Looking for the dodges, goes in for the grab, good punish on the shield.
And now back in a disadvantage state. Crust is just on the edge, sitting at 100%. This could be a stock here. Nick lying in wait. Does manage to make his way back in the stage, but he's not out of the woods yet. Crust managed to buy himself a little bit of space, but now on the platforms finds the up air. Searching for more. He needs to finish off this stock. Get some more damage down. Not enough to send him into the blast zone.
Yeah, now once again, 100. There is 1% differential from both of these players. As I say that, we do see a hit coming out. Of course, the Elwyn coming out. The punish is going to find the stock. Crust taking the lead.
And that's a fairly tight punish there on the down air. So, props to him for managing to find that one, but he's got to find it one more time here. Sitting at 122%, though. It's difficult for him to get in, and immediately gets taken out by the forward air of the Shulk.
Yeah, now completely back into the neutral game. Nobody in advantage state, nobody in disadvantage. Good hits coming out from Shulk. Immediately punished by the up tilt from Robin. Not a move you see thrown out often.
No, but he's having to buy himself space in pretty much any way that he can. These platforms make it so tough to play around. The Arcfire really his main way of getting himself any sort of distance away from this Shulk, but he's only managing to land it every so often.
Yeah, oh, good parry there coming out. Quick reactions from Nick. Now putting in some good damage. Buster, of course. The art there, the Monado art, to start building up some big damage. Already taking a massive lead, 70%.
And there it is, closing out the game with one stock left. Nick takes the second game and ends it for Siena College.
Siena College ending the series with 29 points. A straight sweep coming out from them.
One more, and congratulations to Siena. And that feels awful for Niagara, coming out another day, another series without a win on the board. And so now sitting pretty much at the bottom of the standings without a series win and with very few points to their name. Siena need to find a way back into this, need to just bring it together with their players. Scrapping together anything they can is going to be super important in the upcoming tournament.
Yeah, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hop to a quick break as we switch over to Marist College playing against Canisius. We'll be right back with more action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're getting into the second set of the evening. Once again, I am Cavan Navik Dignan, and I am joined by Cameron Dor-Fralick. How you doing, Cameron Dor-Fralick?
I'm doing well, Cavan Navik. I don't know your last name.
Dignan.
Dignan. All right, now getting into it. It's been a good night so far. How are you enjoying yourself?
I'm doing well. We got to see that last set, of course, with Siena playing against Niagara, and Siena manages to sweep them every single game.
Yeah, not a close one in the least. Some of the games were a little bit contested there. Marist coming out with a strong standing, even a 3-stock to their name in one of those matches. But now it's a completely different game as it's Marist versus Canisius. And looking at the team standings, it's going to be all on Marist to try and pick this one up. The team lower in the standings, they haven't managed to get themselves a match win on the board yet. And so Canisius just holding on to their lead, but Marist really needs to pick up some slack here.
Yeah, and now once again, we are seeing the players join the lobby. So I hope you're all excited for another exciting set of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, ladies and gentlemen.
And both teams getting in the first matchup will be Zucchini versus Flapjack. You want to run us down into a little bit of what you know about these players?
Well, I know that Zucchini is the team captain for Marist College. So starting up very strong. Bowser playing against Crom. Bowser from Zucchini. Crom from Brett, a.k.a. Flapjack.
This is a very tough matchup here for the Bowser. Getting in on that sword is going to be extremely difficult. I think a lot of this matchup will be played out just by the Bowser trying to get towards him, because Flapjack will be playing the spacing game this entire time.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's going to come down to, right? We're going to have to see Flapjack. These multi-hit moves are going to get through the parries, unfortunately, for Crom here. Good jab coming out from Bowser. The fire is going to get a little bit of damage. We are seeing Zucchini take the lead.
And Canisius leading pretty well, but it's a pretty even game, all things considered. Who's going to break the shield first? It's going to be Canisius backing off. Backing away, trying to get the attack in, but losing the percent advantage now. Going ahead in the Crom, the up B lands. That's going to be a decent chunk of damage down on the Bowser.
Yeah, I mean, building up here, but once again, right, it's one of those situations where Bowser starts off a negative percent. It takes a lot more for Crom to kill Bowser than Bowser to kill Crom.
Yeah, and Bowser's just looking for that one hit to confirm. It could be the side smash. It could be the grab, especially with this top platform being high. That grab is a kill option now for the Bowser. A fairly low percentage, I might add.
Yeah, and that's a sticky situation for Crom to be in. Good jump there off of the edge, trying to read out and bait an option select coming out from Flapjack, but, right, throwing that out. The patience. Crom here going into some good damage. He's going to find that first stock at 154%.
Yeah, patience rewarded, leading it away now at 102%. The Bowser has to find a way in, and if Canisius can play this well enough, space well enough, and he does! He takes a stock off the Bowser! You're a little too big for his britches, sending himself right off the edge.
Yeah, now 2 stocks down. This is unfortunate for Zucchini. Of course, Crom with that up air, the grab's going to come out. There's that kill option we were talking about, and he's going to live! Fantastic
How
DI!
on earth? The DI had to be perfect there coming out of Crom, but he lives off the top platform no less. Now at 140%, you have to think this is Bowser. Just so much as breathes on him, he's sending off this blast zone.
Once again, right, looking for it. Patience on the shields from both of these players. The grab comes out, does not find it, but you know what? Crom manages to find that forward smash.
There is an opportunity. There's definitely a world where we see a 3-stock coming out here from Canisius, but not gonna be this one. As the grab lands, sends him right off the top there with the grab that wasn't quite able to kill earlier.
And 100%, it's not looking good for Zucchini, but if he can find another stock before going down, that is gonna reduce a point out of Canisius's total.
Yeah, every point matters here, and the Bowser does have opportunities. He can kill fairly early. He's got some of those heavy hits, the side smash, most notably of those, but it's so hard to get in on top of this Crom, spacing him so well.
Yeah. All right, good punch coming out. I mean, it's always interesting when swordies come up against heavyweights, because the swordie has to play it so much more cautiously. But overall, I think Brett's doing an absolutely phenomenal job here. He's got a percent lead, looking to find this last hit.
That was a good recovery option there out of Zucchini, and it might just be enough for him to take another stock off. Not quite. now has Griffin in a disadvantaged state, though, playing against that edge. Move back to the center stage. It's completely neutral. These players both on the brink of death. Bowser just looking for an opening. This one stock could make all the difference in the world for his team. Finds the forward air, sends him off the ledge. Now the trap coming in, the dodge just enough, and the back air lands. Pardon me, the forward air sends the Bowser off the edge of the map, winning the first game for Canisius. 2 stocks remain.
Yeah, Canisius taking the first round. 2 points up. It's definitely a good start coming out. Of course, Brett, a phenomenal player overall, but not a position that you want to be in if you're Marist with your captain losing game 1.
Yeah, you have to be watching as his teammates, and that just does not feel good. That's the kind of thing that gets in your head, and that's one of those reasons why you think you save your captain for the mid, for the later end of this match, because Zucchini going down, and honestly, in a fairly unfortunate matchup for him as well, is going to be a real downer for the team.
Yeah. Now, once again, coming out, both of these players looking at the picks and bans. Canisius banning Yoshi's Melee and Smashville. So now it is up to Marist College for their pick. Where does Bowser? You've got to take Crom to another triplat, right? You need that kill option on the grab.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to go with the Bowser. That top kill option. Unfortunately, it didn't kill for him quite when he wanted to. I was genuinely impressed with the DI that came out of Flapjack, but you've got to figure you can't do it so many times. You probably get the stock there on any other day. And so you take it to another tri-platform, maybe with a closer blast zone, if we have one in the pool.
We're going to Lilac, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, another tri-plat, but
makes sense off the top of my head. There's still tri-plat. The blast zones are slightly smaller on the ceiling, aren't they, on Lilac compared to Battlefield?
They might be.
So I think that logically makes sense to why we would see Bowser taking from Orb, Zucchini taking Brett to Lilac.
I think that also denotes that the Bowser will not be being swapped out here. I think he wants to stick with it. He played it fairly well, but no, he swaps it out for the Pokemon Trainer.
Okay, well, we have seen this before. Pokemon Trainer coming out from Zucchini.
Now, one thing's for certain, the Ivysaur downer hitbox, especially on the slanted edge of Lilac, is a real threat. You know, straight through this stage and just pretty much completely ignore whatever kind of recovery option you have. So it's a real threat, and I think this might actually be a really great pick coming out of Marist.
Yeah, I think that might have been why they picked Lilac, my good friend. That is the joy of picking bans and double blinds on characters. Oh, coming out good. Yes, well, I mean, of course, Pokemon Trainer, interesting character, right? Because you've got a light, medium, and heavy, like, weight character. You kind of want to go up the tiers as you build up the percentage. Squirtle having the fewest kill moves, so on and so forth. Ivy being able to poke them out, play that range game. We are going to see the Ivysaur coming out at about 60%.
Yeah, Ivysaur really notable for having some interesting kill options. The Charizard's a great option for just staying alive. He does have things like, I believe it's the up smash, as well as just every ability he has, being able to find a kill option. But the Ivysaur we've seen really be the most versatile of this, and we'll start to see that now as he's at 93%, and he's really loading up the percent onto this Crom. Forward, oh my god, the forward smash just takes him out immediately.
Now, it's going to throw out those down airs, trying to punish Brett if he goes for any up Bs and try and time it correctly, which I think is the right call. 111%. We do see Zucchini taking a lead. Good punish coming out from Brett there. Again, the other thing with these platforms, though, is Crom can punish pretty hard. They're quite low platforms, so the Swordy's extended hitboxes here are definitely going to be beneficial.
And one thing of note, though, on the Pokemon Trainers, when you go down on one of the Pokemon, you'll immediately be swapped to the next on the next stock. And so we see Zucchini stuck on the Charizard here until he can find a decent opening to swap. But Griffin will keep the pressure on to avoid him doing that.
Yeah, Brett doing a fantastic job. Brett, of course, being Griff Esports, playing against Zucchini as Zucchini.
And Zucchini showing up for Marist right now, dishing out the damage on this Pokemon Trainer. It's been a good pick for him so far, but he's got to clean up another stock if he wants to be convincing to me right now.
Yeah, Brett being able to get some good pressure on is going to find the up B, grabs the ledge, is going to get punished by the forward air.
Now moving back in, Zucchini has so many ways he can kill on this Charizard right now. He's probably going to be searching though for the up smash, but it's the up B out of Crom, finding him instead. The punish has been really good here coming out of Flapjack. He's been playing it very well. these platforms, like you mentioned, have been exactly what he needs, but it's a neutral air from Zucchini that ends up taking him out, and now back on the Squirrel, going to try and land some percentage down onto Crom, get a little bit of bonus in, because these Squirrel combos are going to be big, but it's really dangerous at such a high percent, because everything will kill, and the up B nearly does.
Yeah, good use of Water Gun there to pressure and pull away, kind of alleviate a lot of that swordy pressure. Now back onto the Ivysaur. We've spoken about it. We know how strong Ivysaur's down air is as well. Something Brett will definitely be thinking about trying to do. Razor Leaf coming out good. Nair.
Now moving into space with opportunity. It's going to be the Crom taking him out, evening up the stocks, but at 40% bonus right now, this Charizard can pretty much kill already. One good smash attack, and this Crom will have seen the last of its days. Zucchini now moving in, waiting for his opportunity. Shield games played yet again. Crom landing the forward air chain, trying to swap those Zucchini. Probably going to be trying to get over to the Ivysaur.
Good there. Again, Squirtle, risky pick. Gonna find that moment in the air to switch over to Ivysaur. Gain some weight overall. Try and not be so risky into that low kill percentage that Squirtle was in. Ivysaur also being able to kill at a decent percentage.
Yeah, Ivysaur kind of that mid-range, perfect, has those mid-percentage combos right around that 70-80% range. That's when he starts being a threat, and we already saw the Crom go down at 80% from a strong smash attack. The Ivysaur is always a solid option right now on Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, good poke. Again, when this matchup comes down, it's all down to the onus is on Ivysaur to position well, and that's going to be game going towards Canisius.
Yeah, not able to position himself well enough to avoid a forward attack, but the sword is just so long at a flapjack. He wasn't able to avoid it, make his way back on the stage, and all of a sudden, Canisius up 1-0. We move on to the second one, as this is going to be Absol versus Epic Robin.
I wonder who Epic Robin plays.
Probably a nice player.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weirder things have happened. I do believe we saw way back in maybe I think Jazzy G was a Robin player, and we saw Frost versus. I said we saw a Robin mirror. Is what I'm trying to get at, and that was quite an interesting time. You don't see that very often, but currently we are seeing these teams get ready for their pick and bans once again. Door. What are you hoping that we see coming into game 2 now that Canisius have managed to gain a 5-point lead?
I mean, Epic Robin, kind of know what he's going to be playing. We're not so sure about Absol, and so the question is, what stage does Epic Robin want to go to here? What direction does he want to take this pick ban in order to gain himself an advantage?
Yeah, I mean, and I think interesting one. I kind of want to see us start Smashville at one point. We see Town and City being banned. Where's the follow-up after Town and City? Coming out from Canisius. I'm a bit up in the air on what we're gonna see coming out of this, because if Robin is gonna play Robin, of course the teams are gonna be communicating here, kind of talking it out, figuring out what they want to go on this starter. Of course, Marist has the pick, so Canisius gets to leave 2 stages open here after these bans, and has to be really tactical.
That's a decently sized advantage, though, for Marist. Getting to pick into somebody who I'm assuming is a one-trick. With a name like Epic Robin, you can only assume so. So moving in on a very small character pool, you have a good advantage with the map pick.
Yeah, now Battlefield and PS2 being banned. So the options are Smashville or Final Destination. I might just get my wish, or we might keep seeing Final Destination come in and around.
It's been haunting us all night, but like you said, Smashville still is open. You've been wanting to see it. I've been wanting to see it as well, and it's going to be what they pick here. Moving in, going to be a little bit of shifting platforms as we move into it.
It's going to go Smashville. And we corrected about that last game. Absol is going to. Oh wait, no, we've got mixed up. Zucchini. Absol played game 1. Zucchini played game 2.
Oh, are they both on Zucchini's profile? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so now it's Zucchini's turn, I suppose.
So a bit of a misunderstanding there. But coming in, we have Robin playing against Ridley.
And Ridley, notably not the strongest character currently. The hitboxes take a long time to come out. They're big, and if he can get in on this Robin, that's going to be the real question of whether or not he's able to dish out the damage. Already taken 34%, but himself at 43, the Robin just zoning so well with this fire. Now they're really finding the grab, trying to keep Robin off stage for as long as he can. Right, charges smash, gets punished for it though. They're really moving forward. Again, closing that space is the entire point of this matchup right now. The Robin just running away constantly. Landing the fires, and takes the up air, sends the Ridley off the stage. 76% on himself. He's looking hot right now. Epic Robin doing a great job for Canisius. Finds the grab though, Ridley making his way back into this at 100%. This is not an impossible kill right now for the Ridley. He just has to find the right move. Keeping him on the edge for as long as he can. These fireballs, such a threat. It's made the dash attack that finishes him off. Epic Robin bringing himself right into this one. 2 stocks to 2 stocks right now. But back in a neutral state. This Robin's going to have a pretty good chance to buy himself a little bit more space. And space, along with percentage, it comes at 80% now. Ridley in a little bit of a rough spot here on the second stock. He's finally got the Robin on the edge, though, where he wants him. He's just got to be able to confirm that, though. We saw towards the end of his last stock, he was able to keep him out there for a long time. But he has to be able to do it here. Now the Robin looks like he's figured out the back air, nearly kills. Now moving forward, the Ridley not going to be able to save himself. No, he knocks himself across the stage. And now still back alive. 2 stocks, but 130%. Almost anything from this Robin will kill right now. Ridley going deep for it. Finds the neutral air. Doesn't find the kill quite yet. He wanted that ledge guard. He's still going to keep himself in advantage. And the dash attack finds the kill. Onto the Robin, so much pressure being applied, and that's it. That's once the Ridley gets in, once he gets up close and personal, he can get so much damage, and it's just getting there. He's going to take so much, and just here we see it as the fire goes in, and he is taken down to 1 stock. Now an even game here. Moving forward, Robin trying to close the space a little bit. Interesting choice, but now back on the edge. He's all the way down to 45%, and this is where it gets shaky here for Robin. Using the fire to try and zone himself away, buy himself that space back that he lost before. It's going to be a neutral game now for the Ridley. Has to make his way back in on the Robin, which will be the tough part of his game plan here. We've seen him do it once. We can see him do it before, and a pretty even percent. The Robin at 87. It's definitely kill range here for the Ridley. If he can find that forward smash, he might be able to do it. But the fire is just such a threat from the Robin. If he can finish it off with a strong smash attack at 96%, this Ridley could go down at any second. Moving forward, the Ridley finds the back air and knocks so far. The Robin might not be able to survive this.
Well, Robin's going to be able to. Robin's going to be able to find the survival there. 107 points, 96% there. Dawn doing phenomenal job at casting. The side B's going to come out, and that is going to be DI'd. Oh my goodness. Absolutely borderline perfect DI that must have been there. 130%. I'm surprised that didn't go. The Arcfire coming out. It all comes down to the next big hit. There, we're going to see the side B catching again. DI not successful, not possible at that point. And that's going to be Zucchini taking game 1 from Marist College.
And Zucchini or Absol, whoever's playing right now, they're holding on. After they lose the first series like that, that's the way to make it back in. That really looked really clean, especially later into the matchup. He made his way back and he figured out how to stop the zoning coming out from Robin and just did a great job avoiding it. And now if you're Robin, what do you do? I believe, was it Canisius that had the map pick? No, it was Marist that had map pick. So Canisius will have the map pick for this. But when you're already playing the one character that you're set on playing for this series, what exactly do you need to change moving into game 2?
I think, of course, we did see Marist College picking the map there, right? So that is definitely going to be where Ridley wanted to go. Now the onus is in Canisius College to pick where they want to go, kind of give themselves some spacing, not let that Ridley side be so prominent, because on a bigger map like Kalos or Battlefield or any map where there's a bit more spacing, a bit more opportunity, is going to be beneficial for the Robin player.
And right as you say it, we are going to be going Battlefield picked here by Canisius. So the Ridley trying to make his way back into this one, but the same exact matchup that we saw last time, the Ridley versus Robin, the story is going to be pretty much exactly the same right now.
Yep, and now we're going to be getting into it once again, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're excited, because this could be Marist College swinging back.
And that'd be their first match in a while right now. They're still there with 0 match total wins, series wins rather. And so this would be a huge win for them if they can make their way into the series. If they can gain themselves, even just evening the score up right now, could be huge for them.
Yeah, good jab coming out from Robin. Once again, the back air connecting with Ridley. Combo in the arc fire into the up air. The down B comes out. Ridley, of course. Oh my goodness. Okay, for a second there, I was wondering if that was, we were going to see Ridley get hit by the wind, but they do not. Good back air. Good patience coming out from the Robin player here. Looking to find an opening onto Ridley.
And these players just going blow for blow. We see the percentage just stays even for so long. Zucchini making way back in, but no player holding advantage or disadvantage for too long. Just as I say it though, Robin ledge guarding to hell right now, and this Ridley is in such a tight spot.
Yeah, epic Robin here. Joe A on the Robin is playing extremely well. I mean, oh, okay, as soon as I say that, we see the retort evening it out back and forth. I mean, at the moment, I'm still waiting on confirmation about if we misread what Zucchini was saying, and this is Abso playing, or if this is Zucchini playing and Abso is playing game one. Bit of miscommunication, bit of confusion out there, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we'll get that resolved. But right now, there is some great edge guarding coming out from Joe A.
Yeah, both players, like I mentioned, we're just at a completely even percent in stock 2 now. We saw the players take stocks off one another pretty much back to back now. And Zucchini now has himself in a state where he can land this ledge guard. Those fireballs are so annoying from the Ridley, but he manages to make him way back on the stage. The Robin looking to finish the stock off at 129%. The Ridley has to recover low now. It's just, does he get to the stage? Barely makes it, but he gets to charge up his beam. Fired off the edge of the map. 113% on to this Robin off the stage. The stage spike for the Ridley going to be taking the stock off of Canisius.
Yeah, no, and this is it. Good jabs coming out. Whew. At the moment, it is. Ridley has obviously got rage enabled as well. It's going to be hitting a little bit harder, but of course, in a position. Great DI coming out.
At 153, that is no joke, but it's going to be taken out immediately. A huge blow sends him out the blast zone, and now he's got 49% to his name of extra credit, and Robin's got to make it back up.
Yep, now once again, a good alright, just seeing the neutral being charged there, using the fireball to try and get it as a spacing tool. Grab's gonna come out, chasing after. Are we gonna see Zucchini play a bit more risky? Can I go for the edge guard? No, getting hit by the arc fire, of course. The El Thunder, fireball eating the entire thing.
And Zucchini just wants to take this one to the ledge. He wants to keep the Robin off the stage, and we'll see it right here. As now the Robin forced to use his up B to recover, but that platform going to be saving him for now. The fire barely spaces it out, and now Zucchini stuck on the top platform. Needs to avoid these up airs. 69% is not quite going to kill him, but certainly going to put him in a really bad position. At 110% though, the Robin has an ability to be killed by the Ridley. He finds the grab, and it's going to send him out. Oh, but the DI is perfect out of Robin, saving himself yet again. Zucchini looking for the stage spike, and he gets it.
Yeah, no, we saw so many extremely good DIs coming out of that. But Marist College are going to be taking the first round there, and that's going to put them up a couple points.
And if you're Marist, you take any bit of points that you can right now. Of course, still Marist sitting down there. So moving into tomorrow, between them and Niagara, it's kind of a close one there at the bottom. So like we mentioned, every stock counts, and in Niagara's, they weren't really able to get any out in their series earlier today. So this almost certainly locks Marist in their position.
Yeah.
Now waiting here for map bans. It should just be getting in. I believe that was a one stock in the previous game.
I believe so as well. So yeah, Marist College here managing to take their first win. It's good, getting some point leads.
I think there's a big question though of if this matchup doesn't change with the Ridley and Robin. It's been really close. So if one player decides to swap here, and I suppose it would probably be the Ridley, what does he swap to, or what stage do you take it to if you just assume the matchup's going to be the same?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, but of course we are going to be switching over to the next players as well. I believe. I
thought
honestly,
that was one win per each.
Did
Am I crazy?
I think you might be crazy.
Oh, right.
Ridley took game one.
Ending two of them. That's correct.
Yeah,
They're just so close.
Yeah, no, I was like, Yeah, no, we did see Ridley take both of those.
I mean,
So
both matches were on knife's edge, so.
yeah, they were pretty close. And now coming in, ladies and gentlemen, we have Riot Rose Andrew coming out from Canisius, and I believe Jack is meant to be playing for Marist College. So I'm intrigued to see what comes out here. Riot Rose, I believe Riot Rose played Little Mac week 1.
Now that's something I'd like to see. Play a little bit something special, but Jack has to have watched what's going on. And if you can expect a Little Mac, there's a good degree of preparation you can do for it, a good degree of what you can expect coming out from him. Of course, the aerial game being extremely weak. And so you can not necessarily pick your players in order, do that, but maybe just a nice little character swap could help Jack out against it.
Coming out. I mean, the point difference is so close, right? Because now we have Maris at 4 and Canisius at 5. We're going into game 3. We're going to PS2. I'm excited. Again, gonna see some swaps. So much Smash is being cast. Trying to remember exactly who everybody plays off the top of my head at the moment is an interesting time.
That's a tall order.
Yeah.
Well, we should be getting into this one relatively soon now.
Yeah, I think the players are discussing it. We are going to be going, like I said, to Pokemon Stadium 2. Very neutral stage. Everybody likes Pokemon Stadium 2. I don't think anybody's going to be too upset going there.
Now, given that we're assuming there will be a Little Mac here as we just get to see what characters are going to be played, waiting for them to pick. But if it is a Little Mac, do you think it plays into his hand? It is a fairly neutral stage. His platforms offer him something to try to recover on. But I'd have to hand it to whatever character that that Jack's gonna be picking.
Shulk versus Snake. Snake from Marist College here, and Shulk on the side of Canisius. I didn't think there was 2 Shulk players, but
forget everything I said about Little Mac.
It's 2:30. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm just gonna blame it on me being tired.
British time, British dude time. Like I said earlier, it's not too late. It's never too late for a little bit of Smash now. But this Shulk moving in on the Snake, landing a decent amount of percentage already. Looking to empty this game quickly. Plus, player just firing right back and forth. The Snake laying down the bombs, and just every time that the Shulk gets in, he's eating a little bit of damage from the Snake.
And I mean, it's an interesting matchup, right? Because Snake, of course, as the C4, has a lot of setup. If Snake gets to play the game he wants, he will just be dropping projectiles and having Shulk chasing after him, baiting him out quite a bit.
I mean, we're going to see Marist run away a lot on the Snake right now. When he's in a disadvantaged state, he'll stay in it for a while. He's going to be fairly comfortable there, setting up the mines as he goes. Lands one more here, down onto Canisius. Move forward. Now that's a lot of percentage down on the Snake. Tries to find it. He will finish off the kill. Marist takes a stop.
Yeah, good counter coming out there from Shulk. Again, no, Marist doesn't take the stock.
Canisius.
Yeah, Canisius takes the stock. But yeah, we are going to see Andrew Riot Rose taking the stock there. We see the RPG coming out, whiffs a bit shield. Good choice when you're at 164. That's incredibly high percent. Grenade drop in, right, resetting it, looking to bait. The speed comes out. Just trying to find a few good hits there. Make use of that rage. Every hit that Riot Rose can get in right now is important, but the mortar is going to find the stock.
An early one, too, with only 10% on the board. It's a pretty even game here going into stock 2. The Snake dash tag is such a good option, but finding the damage down on the Snake now at 44% here for Jack. He's trying his way out of his disadvantage state right now because he's constantly running away, and that might just be it. That bomb bought him a lot of space, and now with the low ground, the Snake can really set up all of his mines that he wants to.
Yeah, plenty of mines being set up. Not too much C4 being dropped, though, which is usually quite a big setup for Snake. Snake's recovery here. Just going to use that ledge. Make sure that he can. The up tilt, though, is going to find the stock. Now, we do see Riot Rose in a very good position. Only 54% so far. But he can build up however much percent he can in this stock. And again, even if he gets stocked and loses another point, of course, this game being so close, they are only 1 point ahead, Canisius overall. So they want to be getting every point they can to take a further lead.
Yeah, it feels like Riot Rose just isn't giving Jack any space to set up this C4. He's constantly on him, and just as I say that, C4 takes him out, sending him off the blast zone. 0 to 10%, the exact same situation we were in at stock 2, and the Shulk getting taken up to 55%. Forced to use his jump now to move into the stage. The grenade almost catching, but a nice block is going to prevent him and keep him in that advantage state. Now moving forward onto the Snake, trying to land the damage and evens it up to 60%. Both players in a very dangerous zone right now. Nobody really taking the lead.
Once again, a big hit coming out there. 92%. It is not looking good for Marist College at the moment.
On the way, the Snake dies to pretty much anything that Shulk has to send out, and it's in the smash mode right now. So he has a pretty high kill potential. The Snake can be sent very far into the blast zone. Keeping himself alive though, using that shield. Griffin trying to avoid the Nikita rocket. Will manage to, sending in his speed, trying to blitz down Jack right now. Not going to pay off though. He's forced to make his way back on the stage, taking so much damage from the Nikita. Gets the read. Sends the Snake so far, but it's not going to find the kill. 150% on the Snake in a disadvantage state though. It's me, Right Rose, just trying to clear it out on the Snake. He has to find the hit. The stocks are so close to going down here. The Nikita is such a threat. Sets him up, reading him down into the stage, but the up B is not going to be enough to save him as the first game goes to Jack.
Marist College now 5 points, completely dead on with Canisius. It's a much closer set overall. I mean, 5-5. We are only in, I believe, what, the third game? So we're coming into halfway for the set. And there is, like, nearly no point differential.
Yeah, well, like you mentioned, no point differential at all at 5-5. But that's the thing, is Marist has to clear out this game right now. There's still an opportunity for Canisius to come out and take it. And so until this exact game between Jack and Riot Rose is over, none of this point advantage or disadvantage is really locked in stone. It's right here around the third match where you see a lot of it get locked in. We saw it in the first game, or at that game 3 point. It was the point where they couldn't come back in the series anymore. But here, depending on how this third game goes, it's going to decide who is in the lead moving into the fourth and fifth matches, which decides how much pressure is really on these players to pull off these matches.
And once we, of course, reiterating the point here, Zucchini's tag is they're all sharing the same switch. So, of course, we do have Jack playing under the Zucchini tag and Riot Rose playing under the Griffey Sports tag. Coming into game number 2, they're going to ban, or round 2, but they're going to, or is this? Yeah, they're going to ban Lila and Final Destination. And Casey, Canisius' college's captain here, they've communicated it, and it's going to pick Smashville. So Smashville is the choice for Riot Rose. I think that makes sense in the Snake matchup, presuming that we don't see a character switch coming out from Jack.
Yeah, honestly, given the same character matchup, the Smashville makes sense. A nice open stage, kind of avoid those platforms for the Snake to be picking on, but still offers him a place to recover with the up B. So pretty good opportunity for him to get back into this.
Yep, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be game number 2, or game number 3, round number 2, with a completely dead even match. So if we see the tag Zucchini manage to take the win here, or specifically Marist College, they will take a massive lead, as it will be 2+ however many stocks they have. Or we could be going into game number 3 if we see Riot Rose under the tag Griffey Sports take the win.
A lot of pressure on Jack and the Snake right now, and he's pulling it off with 64%, make it 87. The Shulk now in kill range for Snake, looking to use that jump to make his way back onto the stage, but zoning him off the ledge so well. Jack is playing this premierly.
So far. Right. Riot Rose looking to put in some pressure. Jack, right, dropping down, drops the bomb, punishes Riot Rose for committing. This is what we need to be seeing out of Shulk, right? Is that extended hitbox. Kind of poking him. Oh no, the SD!
He is punished. It doesn't knock the Snake out of the up B, and so he doesn't quite get the distance on it that he wants. Doesn't make his way back up onto the stage. Honestly, you had to question where he's trying to go with that. The Snake now at 99%. The Shulk has to be able to find the kill now, but already at 54% of extra credit, Jack's put himself in a very solid position to win this game.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing about Snake's recovery, right? Is that it is a multi-hit move. The Cypher. I always forget that it's called Cypher. It's such an odd name. Coming in now. Ooh, good pressure coming out from Snake. Going in again for the Rocket, trying to follow it up. Good pressure coming out from Riot Rose. Is going to get him out of the Cypher this time, but against getting hit, he's going to be able to throw it out again. Gets the air dodge recovery back onto the stage. Doesn't get punished for it. Hit into the grenade. This is absolutely what we want to be seeing coming out of Marist College.
And what a great recovery there by Jack. It's such a high percent. He had almost nothing to get his way back in the stage. Mixing up the time is going to buy him another stock now. 3-1. Jack getting his team such an advantage, and ending this with 2 stocks would be exactly what Marist need to put themselves in a pretty solid advantage here going into the game 4.
Yeah, good back throw, going to try and get the punish on the Rocket. It's going to get punished by the recovery. I mean, that just goes to show Shulk has some big hitboxes.
Yeah, those are huge, but now back in disadvantage state with 101% on the board.
Good mortar.
Beats the mortar.
Again, dropping those grenades. It is on the onus of Riot Rose here to try and recover this, build up some points for his team, because if we do see Jack taking this will be the first lead that Marist manages to take.
150%. Everything's not over until the Fat Lady sings, though. Schultz can make his way back into the game. He just has to build up that percent bit by bit, but only at 50% now. The Snake, cleverly dodging the C4 right now, goes down a stock. He doesn't recover properly with the Cypher.
Yeah, then that's going to be it right there. Some CQC. Snake takes the set.
He takes the set, but you can't help but feel he wanted that last stock. That is not a good way to lose it. And he could have easily been a whole nother point up, which in this series is looking like it's going to make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be going into game number 4 here. We have Ultra Cow, aka Carl, playing for Canisius against Tech for Marist College.
Now, just waiting for the map pick, but while we're doing so, first of all, which way do you see this one going? And secondly, what exactly do we know about these players going into this matchup? Anything that they might know about each other, get themselves an advantage in this map pick ban?
I'm trying to remember if you've ever seen Tech play before. I believe, Marist College definitely have a sub today, because they did say, and I believe that sub is Bragto, who is getting subbed out for Tech this time around, or TECC. And I think that's an interesting one because we've never seen him play overall, and I'm not sure what to expect. Ultra Cow, looking over just previous matches and things, Ultra Cow won against DLS in round 2. And then coming in last week at round 3, I do believe that he was subbed for Joe S. So again, we haven't seen Ultra Cow play since December 3rd.
I'm seeing he played on January 14th against Mr. E-Box and ended up going down 2 times in a row, getting 2 stocked both times. In round 3.
Oh no, you are 100% correct. I completely missed that as, yeah, I forgot that we actually did have multiple games there with Canisius. Canisius played game 1 and game 3 in week 3. And yeah, Mystery Box playing an absolutely phenomenal game overall. Surprisingly, ironically, from New York, called Mystery Box, not actually based on Mr. E, which, yeah, we were all a bit surprised by that one. And yeah, just complete coincidence that 2 people in the same Smash scene came up with the name Mr. E, and then you just add a box to the end.
Hey, what are the odds? But now getting into the pick ban, we see out of Marist, they're going to be banning Final Destination and Smashville off the start.
They're going to be banning Final Destination as they only get 1 ban, a bit of miscommunication coming out there. And then, with the retort, Canisius is going to ban Smashville and Battlefield. So that leaves us open with Pokemon Stadium, when I think we're all know where this is going to go, and Town and City.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see Town and City, but we haven't actually, have we seen a Pokemon Stadium first pick today?
Yes, we saw it earlier, I believe last set, and I believe the second game of this set.
Yeah, but now going into it isn't quite for sure yet as Marist is the person up to pick.
Hey, Marist here.
We should almost
decide
certainly
their
be.
option. I think you do probably just, yeah, there you go, Pokemon Stadium 2. Again, it's such a neutral friendly zone. Nobody's upset to be on Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever characters they're going to be coming out with, they won't be too unhappy with this, but they are going into character pick right now. And so seeing what they want to load into here is Pac-Man against Bowser, which is a very interesting matchup that I can't say I have too much experience with. However, Pac-Man, a lot of these Pac-Man players have been really stepping up their game lately. And so it's interesting to see what they'll have up their sleeve. Lots of interesting tech to be seen as well.
Yeah, and this is the big thing. Carl here, Ultra Cow, does play a good Pac-Man. We've seen him play it very intelligently. And I think that will be the decision here, right? It's the fruit picks. It's what he's coming out with. It's how he managed to do that. The combo here, of course, coming out from the ship is possibly the most important of his fruit this time around.
Yeah, and playing into the Bowser, TECC has a lot of pressure on him as a sub to gain them some sort of points here, having not played with them before. And so playing into a player like Ultra Cow can be pretty intimidating with the Pac-Man who, for all intents and purposes, have a lot of options up their sleeves.
Yeah, again, the Galaxian is phenomenal. He's doing good spacing here with the Fire Hydrant, trying to get those pushes to get the dash attacks, the fruit coming out. I believe he picked the apple now. No, going to keep cycling, throws the bell, finds it to connect as well. Quickly just throwing out a cherry. You know, I mean, overall, we, now that we're starting to get up into those percentages, I do believe off the top of my head, the apple will kill now, the melon will kill now, and I think the key will kill now.
Yeah, and just finally, TCC getting the Pac-Man off of 0%. It was close, but the push goes into the forward smash, and it will end the life of TCC. Getting that first stock off the Bowser, only 34% on the Pac-Man. So now, moving forward in this, is going to be TCC just trying to regain some sort of ground here. He's going to have a really hard time doing it, though.
Yeah, again, I do think if I was to look at this matchup, I would give Pac-Man the edge because he can just poke him out. Good use of the Fire Hydrant. Gotta look for that Galaxian ship. Throw it out. Look for the combo starter. Grabs it mid-air, so now he can throw it again. Try and get the bait. Goes for the super. Okay. Again, not many uses of the Power Pip right now. Not really a reason to. Good nair.
And that kind of get out of jail free card not having to be used. TCC has done a fairly good job avoiding these Fire Hydrants so far, but it's really been the fruit that's giving him a problem right now. Now stuck on the ledge, up against the forward smash, smartly avoiding it, moving forward, though the Pac-Man lands the jab in at 150%. It's going to be a hard one for TCC to make his way back into this. Fire Hydrant's doing such a great job of just zoning him off of everything. Now moving forward, though, he's looking for the forward smash. Thought he might get pushed forward by the Fire Hydrant one more time, but just uses it to buy himself time with the fruit. Now stuck on the ledge, landing all the way up to 190%. TCC moves his way forward, but meets the forward smash of Ultra Cow, ending his second stop.
Yeah, again, there's the Power Pip coming out, just trying to recover, throwing it out. Has the Galaxian ship, throws it. It is, oh, it's going to come back as it actually drops on the platform there. Really, really smart play coming out once again. But like I said, Ultra Cow here, phenomenal Pac-Man player. Going to be looking probably for the Galaxian ship once more. Try and get it off of this edge guard.
Good punish. Finally gets taken out by the up tilt from TECC. Not going to be ending this one with the 3 stock, but he needs to take everything off of Ultra Cow that he can right about now.
And hit the Power Pip. Good at Fire Breath. We should see Pac-Man being able to get back onto that stage quite easily. Galaxian into the combos. Doesn't pick it back up.
Now stuck back at the ledge. Ultra Cow has TECC exactly where he wants him. Just searching. He finds the projectile he's looking for. The bell, though, lands it. The Power Pip used. Not going to be taking TCC out quite yet, but at 123%. Pretty much anything can end his life at this point, but you know that Ultra Cow has to be looking for this forward smash yet again, waiting for TCC to land on the ground, waiting for his opportunity now. Cherry comes out, just applying so much pressure now. Ultra Cow moving forward, trying to close his distance a little bit. Opts to use the Fire Hydrant now. Sends it at him. No parry coming out. The shield will be good enough from TCC. Ultra Cow waiting for his opportunity. The apple used. The fire coming out. A good spacing opportunity for TCC. Getting some bonus percentage, and he might be able to take an extra shock here off of this Pac-Man.
Yeah, and like you were saying, right, Pac-Man was one of those characters that people slept on. It wasn't until T started playing quite a bit of Pac-Man. Of course, you have Sinji and like Kiwi and stuff. And I think really we did just see Ultra Cow showing off quite a bit of what Pac-Man can do overall. Very interesting character, very fun character. And I believe that was 2 stocks coming out for Canisius.
Yeah, and 2 stocks is what he needs, though. Moving on into this one, Canisius need every point they can. This series is pretty close. TCC managing to take 1 stock off of him by the end is a pretty decent advantage. And coming in as a sub, you know that Marist doesn't. They're not really able to expect all that much out of him, having not played with them before. However, you still want him to perform as well as he can, and taking 1 stock off is going to at least help him avoid a little bit of that mental strain.
Yeah, and I don't expect we'll see a character switch coming out from either of these players. I think it's interesting, right? Bowser versus Pac-Man, it makes it so much easier for the Pac-Man to hit combos off of the Galaxian. And, like, then Fruit in general are easier to hit. Like, Pac-Man's got good recovery. Bowser really has to try and pull his weight a bit more. I'm trying to think of how Pac-Man properly, because all Bowser needs to do to properly get in is find an entry and then apply as much pressure as he can, right? Like, Bowser's a massive heavy hitter.
Yeah, that hitbox is huge, and it makes it so available for the Fruit. And like we saw, there's just a lot of damage put out from projectiles and from just zoning in general, as Ultra Cow just kept TCC away for so long. Now going into the next one, the stage is going to matter a lot here. So which way do you see TECC taking it?
I think we're going... Well, I was about to evaluate it, but we're actually going to be going to Yoshi's Brawl, which is not a map we often see picked by either players, but we see Terry coming out for the first time this season.
Oh, it's Terry time now. We're loading into Yoshi's Brawl. The 1 platform on the top going to be the only solace available, though, for this close range fighter. Pac-Man make his way up there, getting himself a little bit of fruit, but he's just waiting for his opportunity to try and use his fire hydrant to the best ability to buy some space.
Yeah, again, it will become a bit of a bit of fruit play coming out. And Terry's an interesting character, right? We've not seen absolutely great success. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think we saw Petrino place at Lightning on 9th. I can't think of any other high ranking placements at the moment. I guess Locus is, like, overall a very good Terry player. But I don't know super duper much about Terry in general, because we've not really seen him that much in high competitive play.
No, and TCC already 107%. He does have those abilities up, and he lands 1, knocking the Pac-Man all the way up to 64%. The Power Geyser does so much damage. He just has to find some more if he wants to be able to close out this stock. It's not going to be ending it too early. And now the Pac-Man on the hunt has all the fruit he could ever ask for, all the space, and the Bell finds a stump. He misses the up air. Now the Pac-Man back searching for another opportunity at 136%, though. This Terry, not long for life, tries to use a Buster Wolf, not able to quite find it. Sends the fist forward, though. The guys are on the ledge, does not land onto the Pac-Man. It could kill right about now. If he lands it down B. Now the Pac-Man stuck on the ledge. Will he be able to recover in time? It looks like he will.
And here, I mean, this is looking good overall for Ultra Cow, right? Terry, of course, has his meter charged, so he could try and commit and find it. But again, at 100%, I was going to say, I believe that was just jabs that killed at 99.
Yeah, the jab into the side B there. Cleverly using it. Of course, the Terry combos are a little bit interesting in their own right. The animation canceling, always an option, and he's still at 155%, so he gets so much percentage off the Power Geyser, knocking the Pac-Man up to 26%, which is 1 hit.
Yeah, no, the Burning Knuckle overall from Terry is such a good move. I know he screams Power Geyser as well, but it's interesting. Starting to bait out a little bit here. Play that positioning, goes for the grab. Doesn't find it, almost gets punished as well. 183. We need to see Ultra Cow finding a stock if he wants to even have a chance of reopening this game.
Yeah, Tech seems to be wisening up to how this Pac-Man wants to kill. He tries for the key. Not going to be finding anything, though. Terry moving forward. He's just getting all of this extra credit right now. It's not happening too fast, but the apple will finally take him out at 185%, sending Terry off the top of the blast zone.
And I find that stock is going to be able to build it back. The Galaxian ship coming out into the dash attack, looking to try and get a combo off the stage. The back air seems to connect good. Now, out of nowhere, Ultra Cow takes the lead.
Yeah, all the way back up, and that just shows you how strong this Pac-Man combo game is. Landing a forward air is going to add to that. Another 30%, another forward smash just sends him right off the ledge.
And here, I mean, again, the Fire Hydrant into Galaxian, it's a tried and tested method by Pac-Man players everywhere. Going to use the walls as well on the side of the stage to get a bit of extra height here. Good spot dodge.
It might have made a difference for him as well, falling a little bit low there, even for a Pac-Man. But now Terry in a pretty big disadvantage state with the stock down is not where you want to be. He's stuck right towards the ledge. He doesn't have the greatest recovery options. He's got a few abilities to get him back in there, but not quite anything super strong. The Pac-Man using that ledge trying to get him back on top, but Terry's trying to use his Fire Hydrant against the Pac-Man, just taking the time to buy up another projectile here. Now, Pac-Man has the center of the stage. Terry has to make his way in on him, but he just can't close the gap.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing. I can't imagine that Ultra Cow has a lot of experience playing this matchup overall, right? So kind of playing it patiently, maybe figuring it out as he goes. Goes for the Galaxian into the power pit, gets behind him. But again, I liked that fake away, right? He went for it looked like Terry thought that Ultra Cow was going to go for a mix-up and then committed not to with the power pit.
Yeah, and again for TCC, even closing out one more stock here matters so much in the series. The score is currently 8-7. Marist barely has the advantage, but if he loses 2 stocks here, it's going to make a big difference in the points.
Yeah, there we saw that power geyser not connected now, but has the option, trying to look for the as much as he can. Again, 100%. There's going to be the stock. Again, there's that just a low jab, you know, into the side smash. Again, like you said, Terry can cancel out animations. He's definitely a very intricate champion overall, or character.
Yeah, really interesting. Oh, and the orange just snipes him. Pac-Man chucking fruit to the edge of the blast zone. It's going to pay off. Taking TECC down with 1 stock remaining and putting Canisius in the lead.
Yeah, Canisius now 2 points ahead total. That set victory managed to bring them. It, ladies and gentlemen, is all going to come down to game 5. This is one of the closest sets we've had in quite a while. Ultra Cow playing absolutely phenomenally there, showing off the Pac-Man player that he is once more with tech on Terry.
Yeah, and with this one going the way it is, it's going to come down to whoever wins this last set. Almost, I don't want to say regardless of stocks, save for a few 3 stocks or a double 2 stock coming out from somebody. I don't see this going the way of, even if you end up losing the game, I'm almost certain you couldn't pick up the series given the way the points are leaning.
We're trying to do the math, right? If you 3 stock and win, which you do from double 3 stocks, and you get 8 points. So the maximum Marist could get here is 16. They drop a game by 2 stocks. That puts Canisius up to 12. Again, if they 3 stock, 2 stock, they'd be at 15. Like, there's a bit of wiggle room overall, but I do believe if Canisius gets a 3 stock in the first round, then Marist really needs to try and bring it back with a 3 stock of their own.
Yeah, I think the clear way into this one, though, for Marist is just getting random main a win in the first round. The first game win matters so much for him because it's going to solidify a few more of those points, and being down 2 points in the series right now means that they need to get those 2 points for winning the round if they want a solid chance at making their way back into it.
So Rando Main, of course, his name is Rando Main. The last time we saw him play, we did see him play Mr. Game & Watch.
Mr. Game & Watch, a character loved by some and hated by everybody who doesn't playing.
And then on the side of Canisius, we have Captain Casey with his tried and tested Pikachu.
This is a really weird matchup, though, moving into it. 2 very light characters, but the Game & Watch is undeniably powerful right now, and so it's going to be up to the Pikachu to smartly use those the jolts to try and buy himself a little bit of space, but also moving in close, landing those Pikachu combos is going to be super important because the Game & Watch has a lot of opportunities to use projectiles, try and buy himself space, get away from the Pikachu, and honestly just be a little bit of an annoyance, just staying right outside of his range, throwing object after object at him.
Yeah, Pikachu's quick attacks here are going to be really, really important. You're going to be able to set up. It's going to be looking for those platforms to try and cancel, as we all know that that is definitely an option that Pikachu players are always looking for.
The first ban out from Canisius will be Battlefield, countered, though, by Marist's ban of Town and City and Pokemon Stadium 2, which means that we should be going to either Smashville or FD, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and it looks... All right, well, banning out. So yeah, Smashville or FD. I think it's pretty safe to say we will be going to Smashville. I can't see Pikachu taking anybody to Final Destination.
Yeah, you know the Pikachu wants to be playing with those platforms by himself, any sort of space that he can. Every bit of ground is just as important to him as the last, and so it gives him somewhere else to be that isn't by this Game & Watch's attacks.
Yeah, and it's indeed just straight out of the playbooks. We're going straight to Smashville, ladies and gentlemen. I'm interested to see if Rando Watch lives up to the name and isn't actually a Game & Watch main, and the only time we've seen him play was being a set of Game & Watch, or if we are just going to see Game & Watch, which we could see some lucky hammers.
Maybe just moves through the character list as he goes, you know? One at a time until he gets a win on them, keeping going, in which case I'm not sure what we'd see after Game & Watch, but it's Pac-Man now into the Pikachu.
Right, well, we know this is actually a matchup that I'm somewhat familiar with due to my local scene, so it could be interesting. On Smashville, I think I've got to give it to Casey at the moment, though. That Pikachu is going to be able to close the zone, poke away through with Thunderbolt. Good dodge there coming out from the orange. Again, this is very much so, I would say, a skilled matchup.
Yeah, the Pikachu's going to be able to close the space, though, so quickly. So it's all up to Pac-Man to do stuff as quickly as he can. Randomain really has a tough task coming up against him, and already at 47%. This is a pretty even one. Pikachu sending the Hydrant at him, puts him to 56%. The Ledge Guard is strong here, spikes him. Will he be able to make his way back up? It's going to be a close one. No, makes his way back up easily, though. Pikachu still has the advantage, though, right now at 87%. Every hit knocks his Pac-Man so far. A smash attack sends him off the edge of the stage, and at 111%, Zucchini is not looking hot.
Yeah, now once again, all right, the orange is going to come out, get the hit. This is some good pressure available. But, okay, charging up the smash. Casey looking to make it happen. Randomain is going to lose the first stock.
And Casey's looking so hot on this Pikachu right now. He's pretty even going into the first few seconds of the match, but he hasn't been touched ever since that first Pac-Man combo. Now moving forward, he's kept the pressure high.
Again, right, goes for the neutral air, gets punished by it. Casey here, very familiar with Pikachu overall, so gonna definitely be comfortable. I imagine he's played this matchup a few times himself as well.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man has been fairly popular as of recent, like you said, popularized by T. I believe T's Japanese, so long way this Pac-Man's come. We're seeing a lot of people break it out, a lot of people really understanding the fundamentals of the Hydrant, of the fruits, and how Pac-Man works. And so I think that also leads to more players understanding how to play into him, which is why Casey looks so comfortable right now.
Yeah, and then I don't think we need to bring up any of the Pikachu pros overall, notable players. Of course, you have Captain L repping it over in Canada, Esam in arguably the best Pikachu player in the world, Enki over in Europe, phenomenal, and is it Kishiru, I want to say, is the Japanese player or the best Pikachu player in Japan?
It might be, but the best Pikachu in the server right now is looking like Casey. Only 25%. He's loading up 75 already on the Randomain on the second stock. Looking to end it. An up smash takes him all the way to 99%. Looking for the Thunder. Doesn't quite find it.
Again, coming in for the grab. Gonna find it. Again, though, like you said, Casey in a good spot. 50%. Gets the Thunderbolt. Or the, not Thunderbolt. Oh my goodness, I'm tripping over Thunder Jolt into that. And Casey actually gets punished there and loses his stock.
Yeah, he got sent careening off the edge of the stage and then forced out pretty much all of his recovery options. Well played by Randomain, spacing him off there and just forcing him all the way down, making it that much tougher to get back on and inevitably impossible.
Yeah. Once again, the dash attack there. Getting a hit. He's going to find the stock, tie it up. The running headbutt is such a good dash attack. He hit it clean. It's like 11%. It's pretty good damage.
Yeah, and 0-0, one more stock to go. Nobody really has the advantage right here. It's kind of just been super brawly. The Pac-Man hasn't quite been able to buy the space that he wants, but he's been playing this up-close and personal game with the Pikachu fairly well.
Yeah, again, coming out here. Going to be able to do some good edge guarding. Pac-Man's up special there being shown a little bit, some of the bits you can do, kind of edge guard, kind of bait out your opponent. Of course, you've got 3 jumps on the trampoline. Good shields coming out, looking for it. We're going to see the back throw into a Thunder Jolt, probably looking for a Thunder overall. No, goes for the forward air.
Yeah, you know he's searching for, but the ledge guard has been really good. He's searching for these thunders for so long now, just waiting for this Pac-Man to go above him. He's trying to bait out the hydrant, but Random Main is not falling for it. Instead, he's gonna fall to the bottom of the stage. That spike is just enough to take him down.
Casey getting that 11th point for his school, of course. Casey being the team captain, kind of rearing the end, making sure he can clean up, kind of get his team a bit more of an advantage. And yeah, no, the electric screw from Pikachu catched a lot of people off. It is in fact a meteor smash.
Yeah, now going into this Random Man, if he wants his way back into this, he's gonna have to do it in a 2-game fashion. And I don't think, even if he wins them by 1 apiece, he might not be able to seal it out. No, if he wins both of these next games, even at 1 stock, he will pick the series up. But if Canisius, of course, win 1 more game, they're just going to take the series overall because of their points advantage that they go into from the previous match.
Yes, so right now it effectively come down to stocks don't matter anymore. It comes down to who can win this best of 3, right? If we see KC manage to take the win, then they're just going to win the set. If we see Randomain come back, even if he won stocks both times, he will have the point advantage, I believe by 1.
Yeah, just barely.
So this is the closest set overall, and definitely a good way to close the evening.
This is probably, yeah, one of the closest series I'm seeing in pretty much all of the matches that we've had so far. Score currently 8-11, but that is completely subject to change based on just whoever wins a single matchup. It's hard to just comprehend how you have 10 players in a game, and over all the time it's been so even that it's just going to come down to these 2 players and who can pull it off in the moment.
Yeah, and we are going to be going to Final Destination, which makes complete sense. Remove those platforms from Pikachu. Don't give Pikachu any chance there, right? You don't want those the Thunder Jolts. And we are going to see Incineroar coming out on Final Destination.
Who's down for a Pokemon battle? I know I am. Incineroar, a pick not seen often, really anywhere, but can be put to great use. I know there's a few people in my local scene that are ripping him out and doing fantastically on him. But it's going to be a tough call to try and close the distance here in on the Pikachu.
Yeah, I mean, Incineroar's an interesting pick, right? We're seeing the lightning loops come out, though, from Pikachu. Or I guess the lightning loops are more of a Pichu thing. But yeah,
there's a lot of electricity and a lot of damage.
Yeah, Incineroar has some interesting things, right? Of course, Magister is definitely put him to great use overall since the characters arrived overall. Revenge being a very interesting counter-attack, some weird mechanics, and if you don't exactly know how to play around it, then definitely get punished. I imagine Casey, again, very familiar with it overall. Darkest Lariat, Alolan Whip is like 12% out of Lariat, or 20% out of Lariat. It's pretty high.
Yeah, but this character pick not quite coming out for him yet. Losing the first stock over to Pikachu. Not in vain, though. He's already got him up to 101%. Now it's up to the Incineroar to be able to finish off the stock. He's looking for the grapple. It's a pretty solid kill option right about now as Pikachu is so light. Any smash attack will end it. But the Pikachu looking for the ledge guard. Barely not going to hit that Thunder. Just up being around it. The Incineroar survives just a little bit longer. But Pikachu is applying so much pressure. And the hitboxes that are just a little bit too far away from his body for the Incineroar to hit have been such a problem.
Yeah, so the big thing about Incineroar is he's pretty gimpable off the stage, right? He is, of course, excuse me, Cross Chop is not the worst recovery in the game, but definitely punishable and gimpable. And so coming out of that, it's an interesting one because you could Thunder, and if he Cross Chops into the Thunder, it's going to hurt him. It's going to be able to get you the advantage. Look for the grab there. Casey ducking under it twice.
KC looking incredible to stock right now. Has the Incineroar at 92%. He's just got to finish off. Finds the grab. Knocks him up. Looks for the Thunder. But smartly jumping out of it. Randoman doing a good job getting his hitbox out of the way. Now, though, stuck at a pretty solid disadvantage. Avoids the smash tag. Looking for the grapple. Keeping him off him. Casey says, get away from me. Now put back at the ledge trap. He's searching for the Thunder. You know Casey just wants it. But the Incineroar recovery is somewhat perfectly matched for this as it sends him up over whatever thundercloud this Pikachu is going to summon.
Once again, all right, the jab coming out. If we can see Randomain managing to stay on this, good punish coming out Gotta look for it. Casey should be able to get back on with a quick attack. The cross drop comes out, manages to grab the ledge, going for the down air. Thunder shot coming out into the parry. Good use of quick attack. Gets hit by the Alolan whip.
Oh, and it's a down smash that takes the Pikachu stock. Now in the lead, Randomain is not done with this series yet. He wants to take it home for his team, but he's at 156%. Any bit of extra credit here matters so much, but he's not going to get too much of it as Pikachu takes him down at 27%. Now moving back into this last stock territory, 53%. The Pikachu getting knocked far away. Zucchini, Randomain on Zucchini rather, searching here for anything to give himself a big advantage, but every hit from this Incineroar does so much damage. He's now stuck in the up air. He's in a bit of a pickle. Gets some damage down, 78% now on the Pikachu. This Incineroar is getting into kill range on the Lightning Rat.
Yeah, again, we're seeing some good hits. Yeah, the tail swipe is so good. Pikachu's up air. I'm surprised we're not seeing more electric screws kind of poke out, kind of fake out some of the Alolan whips, but we do see the throw into Thunder. Gets him with the back attack.
And now lands the Thunder that he's been looking for off the up throw. He's going to take Randomain out and close up the series, the match, the game, everything here for Canisius. Puts another win on the board for them and sends him up the leaderboard.
Yeah, that is going to give Canisius the set, putting them up to 13 points. Oh, no, 14 points total because they did win. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Canisius taking the victory against Marist College. One absolutely phenomenal way to end it. You know, bit of a Pokemon battle, not on Pokemon Stadium, but you know, you can't always have what you ask for. Coming out, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for tuning in. We will be having our EGF Collegiate Founders Invitational Finals this weekend, so if you want to keep tuned, catch up with all that, support your teams, you can follow us on Twitter and Twitch at OfficialEGF. I, of course, have been Cavan Navik Dignan, and you can find me on Twitter at NavicCasts. And I've been joined by Cameron Dorfralik, and you can find him on Twitter at Door_casts. We will see you this weekend.